CRC Collegiate Rugby Championship Sevens. It's May Madness brought to you by National Collegiate Rugby here at the Shrine on Airline. John Broker with Abby Gustitis bringing you this matchup between Nazareth College and Notre Dame College. Battle of two booming programs here. Should be a very interesting one as we're in men's first round pool play. Lots more action coming your way today.
And
Abby.
It is that single elimination tournament that is so much pressure on these teams. So whoever comes out on top of this match will go into the quarterfinals. Again, playing knockout rugby. You see Nazareth there on screen in the white. They will restart this match.
Nazareth in white, Notre Dame College in the blue and yellow. Good matchup coming underway here on the Rugby Network. And a long high kick up in the air. Referee Cisco Lopez taking control of this one. Cisco Lopez, a lot of international opportunities recently. Here's Nazareth on the run. Nazareth, new varsity program up in upstate New York. Moves the ball wide quickly. Here's Nazareth on the move through Thomas, Tyreek Thomas. Team coached by Daniel Tay Biobio, long-time Sevens player himself, certainly knows the game, brings a lot to it. But Notre Dame College, coached by Jason Fox, on the move. Ball across from Mutuku. Straight up the middle they go, just trying to reset, draw in that Nazareth defense. Good work of the breakdown to clear that ball away. It's a little hold of the ball, looking for a support player, goes in behind Hannon. Regathers, gets just inside halfway. Defense well set for this Nazareth team. Ball out there to Herbst. Out to the wing. Mushanga, big break. And Mushanga crosses the 22. That man right there. Fadzai Mushanga touches down. First try of the game.
Mushanga, who was raised in South Africa, knows rugby, keeping his eye on the Springboks as he's growing up. What an athletic threat he is. He knows his way to the try zone.
Mushanga puts 5 on the board. Kick to come here for this Nazareth team. For this Notre Dame College team. The Falcons. Bit of an angle here on this kick. And that one was no good. We're at 7-0, just under 2 minutes gone in the first half here. Stay tuned after this. We're gonna have Mount St. Mary's versus Westchester, Cal Maritime versus Minnesota, Iona, Iowa Central, Kutztown, Maryland. Place that Abby knows a lot about. And then we are going to be plenty more games after that. Just a taste of what we have coming.
As we get back into the action here, Nazareth receiving that ball right outside the 22. They need to get back into this match, and maybe this is the time to do so.
Here they come on a big run. Khalil Lynch. Referee Lopez right on the spot to see that one. Reset, trying to move some players back here, but eventually have to just take it into contact. Good work coming over that ball by Notre Dame College, and Notre Dame College earns themselves a penalty. Mutuku was ready to go quick there.
Really strong work at the breakdown for Notre Dame College. Penalty for holding on. So as soon as that second player comes in, you have to release the ball. You have to place it back. Nazareth deemed for not doing so.
4 players down the short left side. Looking for that corner. Get it in the hand of Herbst again. Herbst back to Mushanga, the try scorer. It's on to Mark Mutuku. Brothers on the field here. Mushanga to Jeff Mutuku. Big break there from big number 3, Hugh Johnston. And Hugh Johnston touches down. Notre Dame College in for another try.
the Australian, in for a try. And this Notre Dame College, so many internationals, and they're playing together so well. They have threats across the board. However, they're making it work. They're forcing the defense to move and make decisions, and then that's what's opening up these edges for their speedsters.
Try scorer working his way back. Kick from the right-hand side this time. Again, no good. Notre Dame College to kick off here at the Shrine on Airline.
Nazareth gonna want to maintain possession of this restart. Just build the phases. They need to get their support in if they want to move their way out of this try zone. And messy play gives that ball right back to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame College on the move just outside the 22 of Nazareth. Another scoring opportunity here for them. Into the middle of the field they go. It's Jeff Mutuku. Right outside the 22, he comes in and cleans that up. Back they come. Mushanga puts the ball in. Mark Mutuku shakes in his way back. Coming across, Mushanga moves it out to the wing. Little switch around, Mushanga gets it again, but he's a bit isolated out by the touchline. Good job to keep that one in. A little show of the ball, and off they go. Notre Dame College, big collision there. Gonna come back for a penalty and a yellow card.
Intentional knock on in sevens, automatic yellow card. So it is power play time for Notre Dame College. They will have 7 men on the field. Nazareth down to 6 as you see that man running off the pitch. After that infringement, he has 2 minutes in the sin bin. Huge opportunity, and that is not how Nazareth is going to get back into this game.
Just what Nazareth didn't need. You're absolutely right, Abby. Tuku's come across the field. Asher Hannon now. Asher Hannon looking to hand it off and go into the try zone, and he escapes the clutches. The hospital administration major from Murrieta, California. Asher Hannon, the freshman, touches down.
Notre Dame have scored all 3 tries on the edges. That's a testament to the defense of Nazareth on the interior. However, they need to use the touch lines. They need to force those ball carriers into touch and make those one-up tackles.
A little bit of a easier angle there, but not hit again. But Notre Dame College is up to a commanding lead here. Just under 45 seconds to go. A yellow card still for this Nazareth team. Little frustration for them. We work our way towards halftime.
Nazareth setting up to receive this ball once again. Their inability to hold on to these restarts really being a detriment to their play.
McDonald puts that one up. Nazareth trying to get a hold of this ball, make something happen before the half ends. There goes the whistle, ripped away by Notre Dame College. Herbst could have another one. Herbst at the 22. Good defensive effort there from Nazareth. Bit of a wrestle for the ball. It's going to come down Nazareth way. 5 points before halftime would do them a world of good. A lot of hard work by Notre Dame College at the breakdown. Look at that continuous work, cycling themselves back around to get in. And Hugh Johnston is going to canter in for this one. Hugh Johnston touches down the Australian.
The physicality in those breakdowns, absolutely relentless. Both sides going at it. But what I am so impressed by is that work from Notre Dame. They are winning 19 points to 0. However, they are the ones going into that ruck. They're putting their shoulders in. There's no hesitation whatsoever, and they get that reward. It's an easy cruise in for Johnston as he dots down his second.
Conversion no good. And that's halftime here at the Shrine on Airline. We're going to step away. We'll be back with second half action in just a second.
the American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
We're back for the second half here at the Shrine on Airline May Madness Sevens. Notre Dame College out to a commanding lead. We'll kick off to start this half. Referee Cisco Lopez just waiting for the high sign, and he'll get us underway.
It has been all Notre Dame this first 7 minutes. Can they continue their dominance in this second half? Nazareth with very little possession, unable to hold on to each ball.
Coach Fox must be thrilled with the work rate that this Notre Dame College team is putting on. A little knock-on advantage for Nazareth. Opportunity for them, but swarming defense from the Falcons. Nice offload there. An early break for Nazareth. Can he get away? Unfortunately hauled into touch. Tyreek Thomas, good effort there. Couldn't make it happen. Tuku goes for a quick line out, but we're going to come back and set it up. Referee Lopez likes things orderly.
Quick line out, always a great option. However, if someone on the sideline touches the ball or it's slowed down for any reason, the quick line out is no longer an option and they have to go for the traditional form.
Down in the hands of the try scorer, Johnston. Johnston into contact. Tuku across. Shanga. Get it to that wing. Replacement player in there. That's Michael Yeboah. Yeboah makes good ground. Yeboah, good job to get up to Mushanga. What an offload. Presence of mind on the ground there. Good try for Fadzai Mushanga.
Forget the spring box. Get this guy in the blitz box. Future star here. He knows how to score tries. 2 of them to his name already. But it is that man right there, Michael Yeboah, who starts us off. He takes 2 tacklers down. And it's just a great support line seen there from number 7, Mushanga. It's an easy coast in to the try zone.
Yeboah from Edison, New Jersey, played his high school rugby with the White Plains War Pigs. Now playing for the Falcons at Notre Dame College as Notre Dame extends their lead early in this second half.
29 points ahead, Notre Dame still going, seeing if they can put a few more points on. However, Nazareth still trying to climb back into this match.
Nice high kick comes down into the hands of Nazareth. Another attacking opportunity. Decide to set it and try to move across the field. Long skip pass it is. Support player slips around the outside. Does he have the gas to get there? Kyrie Poole shows, gets the ball up. But Tuku, what work rate on this defensive effort for Notre Dame College. We have an advantage according to referee Lopez. Bit of a slam tackle there, but not noticed. A penalty for Nazareth. Good opportunity.
High tackle called by Notre Dame. We see here just goes over the shoulder. That is a little bit late. Referee already blew the whistle. Boys will be boys, I think is what the saying is.
It happens occasionally. Shot a Tyree Poole there.
Nazareth go quick.
They will be they, I think.
What a mistake by Nazareth. Good opportunity there to get some points on the board. 4 minutes remaining.
Nazareth really needed to catch that. They need to get on the board, even if just for the sense of pride. 29 points is a lot to overcome. However, just getting a few tries in, even out this scoreboard a bit, I think they would leave this game with a little heads held high.
Coach building a good program up there at Nazareth, still a young program.
And then you have Jason Fox in his decade of coaching. So much experience he's giving these Notre Dame College boys.
Nice work there from Nazareth on that scrum. That pass not necessary, but they're going to get the try down. Little harder work than maybe it needed to be, with 5 points on the board for Nazareth. They'll be pleased with that.
Stephen Beck, I believe, dots it down for Nazareth. Their first points of this match. I love the heads-up play, just making it a team effort. You love to see the selflessness in this sport of rugby, such a huge part of our culture and our sport. There's one more look. It's a big tackle, spilled forward by Notre Dame, and then number 22, he has the try line right in front of him, but gifts the ball to Beck and says, you know what, you dot this one down, you deserve it.
Kyrie Poole, good work around that scrum to knock that ball, to disrupt things, get the ball back. Kicking off for Nazareth, Brendan O'Neill. Challenge for the ball in the air. Bit messy. Referee Lopez doesn't see anything illegal on either side, so we're going to keep playing here. Our name shows to the inside, goes to the outside. Looking for a little offload here. It gets it away into Xavier Allen's hands. Nice break from Notre Dame College, just winding the way down the field. He's got multiple support players. That is Johnston, the multiple try scorer. He hands the ball off into the hands of Jeff Mutuku. And Jeff Mutuku touches down, the senior from Nairobi, Kenya.
Johnston gets the breakaway. He works the sweeper, causing him to turn left, right, inside, outside, and eventually realizes he has two of his teammates just outside. Here's one more look. He has the awareness. There's no post off that ruck. Skips out of a tackle, has the sweeper looking side to side, and then gives the ball to his teammate, Mutuku, who dots it down. And Notre Dame answer right back to Nazareth's try.
That conversion was good, 34-7. Notre Dame caught 36-7. Notre Dame College over Nazareth. Under a minute to play in this game. Stay tuned. We're going to have Mount St. Mary's versus Westchester after this. Notre Dame College gets us going again. Ball well taken down there. A little extra work needs to be done. Under 30 seconds to go. Notre Dame College looking for some more points on the board. McDonald breezes through that defensive line. He's right near the try zone. Battles his way in, has to hit the ground. Attackers queued up out wide. They're gonna make it nice and easy for Marcus Janssen van Vuren. And Janssen van Vuren touches down for 5 points at the death.
Another native South African on this Notre Dame side, and that was such a well-worked team try. We saw the Australian Lockie McDonald really hard carry, straight line running. He gets taken down just shy, and then it's the easy ball through the hands, a little interjection of pace to hesitate the D, and then you just get to walk in on the edge to take this to a 41-7.
Great win there for Notre Dame College. They're going to move on. Nazareth going to move down to division. Tomorrow's matchups. Final look here. We're going to be right back. It's going to be Mount St. Mary's versus Westchester right after this.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
CBD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Trusted by sports therapists, Wintergreen products help you prepare to win before, during, and after performance. Visit wintergreensport.com to perform at your best. Welcome back to the Shrine on Airline. May Madness Sevens, James Patterson taking over the play-by-play.
And we've got Mount St Mary's taking on Westchester University. There's been some great rugby so far this afternoon and a jam-packed 3 days of the best talent you can find in the States.
There is some absolute talent on show here at May Madness, James. These two teams from the same part of the country will know each other fairly well. Will have played Mount St Mary's down in Maryland and Westchester from Pennsylvania. Great matchup.
As we take a look at the referee in the middle, James Acker. And it will be the Mountaineers in the blue with the hoops that will kick off. And kickoffs have been such an important facet of play for the top sides already.
There have been some teams that just don't look like they really practiced receiving the ball here, where you're really attacking your kickoffs a lot more than some teams might in 15. So interesting to see how these teams do this.
We've had plenty of rugby today. Again, it is single elimination, so win and you're in. And already we've had some nail-biting performances. As we take a look at Dylan Vanstree, will get us kicked off. Uncontested kick, but bobbled at the back. So the Mountaineers will have the first run at play. Some good support play on the inside and a strong carry by Lewis. Shifting the ball nicely. They'll be feeling each other out early in this match. You know the power and pace that James has. A good interchange here. And a nice pop-up. Probing towards the goal line. The Mountaineers have them under an immense amount of pressure. Will step back to the blind side by Corbett. Little 2-on-1. Building phases nicely. Referee says, no, did not release a tackle player. You've got to be careful in sevens. You don't want to play the ball. Yep, and John.
That's yellow card coming, disrupting the play there on the Westchester player. Going to spend 2 minutes in the bin. But James, we were talking about kickoffs. Immediately, Westchester just bobbles that first kickoff. Now they're on their line, lost a player.
Putting themselves under a lot of pressure, so they'll play with the advantage here. Sevens is hard enough on its own when you have a full complement. And they get a little bit of luck there, the Golden Rams. So Westchester will have to attack from deep in their own territory. And we talked about the amount of rugby that needs to be played and the conditions this weekend. A lot of teams, when they get into tournaments early, they try and push a little bit too much too early. You've got to really find your rhythm.
Yeah, you have to get into it. A lot of these teams have tried to throw the kitchen sink at everybody from the first whistle, and it hasn't really worked. So we'll see Westchester and Mount St. Mary's who can settle into this one.
Working the ball very close to the goal line. In fact, they're in their own dead ball line, but moving the ball outside here. Ball went backwards, says the referee, but tackle back over the line. So that will be 5-meter scrum. Some good organized defense from Mount St. Mary's.
Not much of a kicking game, Sevens, but you're down a player. You're in your own end, looking for a long way to go, and knocking it on right there is not going to do any favors for this Golden Rams team. A player up, a clear advantage in the back line right there. Mount St. Mary's, good opportunity right here, James.
It's not like 15s where you can drop a player off the scrum. There will be a man down instantly. So Mount St. Mary's with the advantage. It is messy at the back, though. And they do knock the ball on. So eating up time, the Golden Rams just applying a lot of pressure at that scrum.
Find themselves in the same position they were just a minute or so ago. 95 meters to go if they want a 5-pointer.
Moving the ball out, there was Ferraro. Again, good defense from Mount St. Mary's. And not a lot of things are happening right on attack as they're isolated and didn't force the turnover. So good work over the top of the ball by Corbett. Tapping and going, Vanstry. Steps off the right foot, straight over Evan Corbett. It was going to happen eventually, and finally it has.
They need no invitation. They were to move that one out and find the gap in the defense there again. Player up, so it was a bit easier for them. But Westchester there on their own line, just playing like they were down in the other end. Didn't work out for them. Mount St. Mary's gets a point out of it.
Conversion attempt is unsuccessful, so 5 points to 0. The Mountaineers draw first blood in this matchup. They look just a little bit more composed on defense and attack so far.
They certainly do. Westchester trying to hurry things up a little bit there. Be thrilled to get that player back on the field. Mount St. Mary's, Jay Miles and crew should be happy with that try.
So we see the man in play, Corbett. Try scorer, but he's had several opportunities so far in this match. Can they take the kickoff? Good high restart. Oh, and again, messy. And it was a lot of pressure put on, and now the ball does come back.
Great job to keep it in play there by Mount St. Mary's.
Working the ball nicely across field and just straightening. Good strong run. Looks like he was taken high. Yes, referee is playing advantage. Moving the ball back down the blind side.
That's Vantree, ball in hand. Solid player for this Mount St. Mary's team. Was a major part of the cog in the machine last year at these CRCs. Big playmaker for the Mountaineers.
Having some experience of being able to play in these tournaments before is crucial. We'll see a lot of teams as we move into the tournament. It's those players that have played on the big stage, and they're the ones that need to put up their hand. They're that calming influence you need on a side.
Another second mistake, a second forward pass there from Mount St. Mary's. They did it earlier down inside the 22 here, just giving away possession to Westchester. Golden Rams happy to take over here.
Now back to a full complement. So we'll be 7-on-7 as we're closing in. Under 2 minutes left in the first half. The Mountaineers 7 points to 0. Some pressure there. It went straight out the channel, so we'll reset that scrum. Golden Rams, they choose field position this time. They've been camped deep in their own territory the entire time. And this is a great kick. Finding lots of meters and isolated at the back. That's Schizler. Does a good job. Working towards the sideline and is able to get out of the tackle, staying in bounds. Ball still available with the Mountaineers. Cleland. Working the ball nicely across field. Now big strong carry. Lewis flirting with the touchline. He's got to stay in, and the Cardinal defense, the sideline still stays 100% on the day.
Good work there by Westchester to move them to that touchline. You can see they nearly celebrated there, getting the ball back.
Westchester, the Rams with the first opportunity to attack towards the halfway line. Can they conjure up something? Penalty advantage. Moving the ball forward. Barber is running away from the support here a little bit. Putting pressure back on the inside as they close the gate. For somebody to run onto the ball and create a little bit of a mismatch. That was a strong carry by Kasese. Still with the Rams. A little bit of side to side, little show and go, and the chip ahead. There is a sweeper back though. Pretty easy, and we'll just boot it across the touchline.
Good move there. It's just Westchester, just that offensive runner ran away for support and just let the defensive line set up across the field for Mount St. Mary's. Left them pretty much no options. Westchester's gonna have to clean that up in the second half.
And that will do us for the first half. Mount St. Mary's 7-0 over Westchester University.
American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
Endicott College, located in Beverly, Massachusetts, offers undergraduate, graduate, and professional programs designed to help you attain your goals. Visit endicott.edu to learn more.
Championships at May Madness. We're at the Shrine at Airline, and we will resume second half play with Mount St. Mary's leading 7-0 over Westchester University. Bit of a sloppy first half, John.
Bit of a mess. The Golden Rams really made it hard for themselves. A lot of penalties, a lot of silly errors, trying to run it from their own zone just a bit too much. If they can clean that up, they can close this gap and win this game. But Mount St. Mary's, of course, would like to have another say.
Deep kick. Now, to be only 7 points down the first half, you'd be pretty happy. You played a man down for 2 minutes, so they're still in this match. And in this match, that was a strong carry by Lewis. We saw him dominant in the first half already. Lewis comes round.
A couple of big bumping runs.
Moving the ball nicely across field. And this is where they're dangerous. Good, strong carries up the middle, committing extra defenders. Trying to find the overlap. Skip pass this time to the outside. Cleland. Oh, great individual effort. Stepping back in the inside, hurdles the last defender, and he will get over the line. Chris Cleland, what an individual effort.
Cleland with the little dummy offload there and brought it back to himself. Just caught that defender completely. Great play by Cleland. Good work by Mount St. Mary's to move ahead in this second half. Ball comes wide. That skip pass to Cleland. Wadi shows it, gives it away. No chance there for Nick D'Angelo. Really touch it down before the try zone there, but able to get it in. Good work from Cleland.
Had plenty of work to do, but what was nice about that facet of play is they're using their big wing up the middle, and that creates those overlaps on the outside. That's good execution from the Mountaineers. The conversion attempt is up. Just outside, so 12-0. The margin remains.
Plenty of time here for the Golden Rams, but making it a bit tougher for themselves. Look at the try scorer there. Another one of these new breed of rugby players doesn't know where his mouthpiece goes. It's over the other ear if you didn't notice. There he goes.
There it is. Safety first. So can Westchester regather the kickoff? They had real troubles in the first half. Another high kick here, and once again, the referee says played the man in the air, so Westchester will attack. Just looking to do something with the ball. Defense shoots up on the outside, trying to find support on the inside, and this is better attack from the Golden Rams. Ball comes inside though, Messi. Still available. Barber shifting the ball wide. Needs someone to straighten. Pushing away defenders was Kachese. Now on the outside is Ferraro. Ferraro, though, that's the second time in this match they've been bundled across the touchline.
Got bundled across the touchline, but just before that, the Mount St. Mary's player, the outside defender, just pinched in. They're very lucky that cover defender was able to make it out there. That could have been a clear try for the Golden Rams.
You can see at certain stages the ball carrier is coming across field. He's wanting someone to either straighten or drop in underneath them. And at the moment, the attack is a little bit too lateral. Line out, taken cleanly. Just looking to shape up the defense. A little wrap move in behind there. Not executed well, but the ball's still available, showing good patience. Cutting back to the middle. Now working the ball towards the touchline. Little flick out the back. That's some good individual skill. Oh, that's a good interchange from Cleland. And that's another high tackle.
Surprised there wasn't a card for that. That was pretty blatant right there.
Oh, and drops a sitter back on the inside. Schizler.
Want to give him a little bit of a break here with the heat and humidity. That ball turns into a bar of soap. Move here. Little offload. Cheeky there to the man who threw the dummy offload just a couple of minutes ago. Mount St. Mary's, good awareness of where each other are and support.
You've got to have a little bit of fun out here. We've seen some razzle-dazzle today. A few out the back passes. And again, you can see just the attrition. The players, it is very hot, it is very humid, and sevens rugby is difficult even in perfect conditions.
Longest 7 minutes of your life.
Again, these teams are playing for the opportunity to push further in the tournament. It is single elimination, so everything on the line, every match.
That is a colossal loss of Vantry for this Mount St. Mary's team. Said it earlier, he's a key man, key playmaker, sees the field really well, great vision. Hopefully he comes back later on in the tournament, but that's troubling right there for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, he's been a calming presence on attack so far. You can just see him when the play's not there. He pulls back, he waits for support. Those are the players you need out in the field. But as these tournaments go on, the strength of you and depth of the roster will dictate how far you go. So it will be Westchester. Ferraro to feed. Just over 2 minutes left. They're going to have to attack soon if they've got any opportunity. Tries to flick the ball out the back. Still available, but again, Mount St. Mary's defense is up to the task. A little bit lateral and a straightening run there from Ross. Hagan. Just working the ball, not much available on the outside. Just nothing going on. No one's running forward with any intent. Looking to change that is Ross again. He's been the only one to carry strong, but they turn the ball over, but just not offering anything.
They're just not bringing anything there, and Ross just runs away with the ball in one hand, lands on the ground with the ball in front of him. Mount St. Mary's player just gonna kick it out of his hand, force that knock on. So it's gonna be a scrum here for the Mountaineers. Just a minute to go.
You see in a lot of these games, they start out early, they start running onto the ball with great depth on attack. But as you get into the latter stages of the game, getting flatter and flatter, taking away time and space. And it is the Mountaineers coming off the back, and one of the best players in the match so far, Chris Cleland. Oh, he'll do it twice in a row. Very similar. He loves the show and go. Cleland, all class.
He had the show and go. He had the step in, step out. He had the looking for that fake dummy again, or that fake offload. Cleland certainly has his range of skills. Young man watches a bit of rugby on television, I'd say. Picking up a few tricks of the trade from the pros. Off the back of that scrum, goes here. Looks like he's going to put that ball to one hand, looking for an offload or a dummy offload, but steps in, steps out around the same player. D'Angelo can't get him, and he's in for the try. No problem.
Conversion attempt to come, 17 points to 0. All Mountaineers so far, as the conversion is successful, so 19 points to 0. Looks like we will have enough time for the kickoff.
Cleveland, another great player from the Doylestown program. We've had a number of Dartmouth, Life women, great playmakers from that Doylestown program.
Messi at the back. And it looks like maybe playing the man in the air again. But these kickoffs have proven very, very tricky. Cleveland's been good, putting the ball up nice and high. So there'll be time for the Westchester Golden Rams get any consolidation points and try and get some momentum. Remember, you lose, you're not out. We're playing for hardware right through the pool bracket.
Well, there's certainly plenty of opportunity this weekend. Mount St. Mary's up for the big prize after this. A little double reverse there.
Now, with some purchase on the outside, and it's a foot race. Valerani still going, trying to find support. A little bit flat on the outside, but they are moving the ball well. They've got a 3-on-2 on the outside if they choose to use it. Ferraro to the big man, Ross. Kachese back to the inside, still on his feet, and he will score.
The late try there from the Golden Rams, doing themselves a bit of favors. See some happy fans in there behind them. 5 points for that man, Dom Kachese.
And the first time all match they've actually run onto the ball with any purpose.
And executed something a little tricky there. To hold the ball here, get into Kachese. The big number 1 just steps inside Cleveland. Over the line, no problem.
Conversion attempt is unsuccessful, and that will do it at full time. Mount St. Mary's 19 points to 5 over Westchester. We'll be right back when Cal Maritime takes on the University of Minnesota.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions, just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's go! You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
The U.S. Rugby Foundation's mission is to grow the game of rugby in America by providing grants to support youth development, health and safety, coaching, refereeing, and pathways to future excellence. To show your support, visit usrugbyfoundation.org and don't forget to donate.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship. Maid Madness continues. I'm James Patterson, joined alongside Dan Power, and we will pick up men's action with Cal Maritime taking on the University of Minnesota.
Keel Haulers, Golden Gophers, all on the line here. One and done has just added so much more spice to this sevens tournament. It's a new concept. I love it. I think the pressure that it adds onto not only the teamers, but the coaching staff to make the correct decisions in a short period of time makes the spectacle much more enjoyable for the fans as well.
And really, it evens out the seeding in a tournament. Typically, you have a little bit of an opportunity to get in because you know you can play for hardware, but already we're seeing some upsets. As we take a look in the middle, referee Patrick Feet will lead us off. And the kick deep. We've seen already today a lot of issues at the kickoff, and immediately towards the sideline, pushing him out.
Yeah, for the Keel Haulers, not the start you wanted there. They're going to get the line out. Must have deflected off one of the Minnesota players. Head coach Sean Lindersmith, if there's one thing I can guarantee you, his side will be disciplined and well drilled. A former Coast Guard, what is a Coast Guard person called?
Coastie?
Coastie?
I'm sure there's a better name for it. We'll continue as they're looking to spin the ball wide. We've seen teams try and test each other early on the outside as they look to interplay. The ball's still there and available. It was Malin, and flirting with the touchline again as Malin takes possession. They have plenty of numbers out to the right here. Just need an early transfer. Instead, just charging straight up the middle. It's a good, strong carry from Roth. Sorry, that was Geister Jones. Instead, Jones cutting back on the inside. That is Bates. Bates! He is isolated, and the turnover there, just running away from support.
Yeah, good lead-up work from McLennan there. Finding Bates. He's got some speed, doesn't he, James? And just there's no substitute for speed in sevens.
There's no substitute for players, and we just lost one. So ill-disciplined, throwing away the ball. Dan, we know how difficult sevens is. You lose a player early in a game, so big advantage for Minnesota as they look to attack. Just straightening. They just need to take out one player, but again, running over the touchline, the cardinal sin.
Do you know how many tackles the sideline's missed in its career, James?
99.9% accuracy.
That's correct. All Blacks try a few years ago where he stood on the touchline and they gave it a try. The only time it's never been ruled out. But again, New Zealand bias in World Rugby is nothing new, is it?
Well, it's difficult for anybody else that can't compete with them. Anyway, we're back in the play. McLennan heads up, coming into play as Bond. They just need to build possession here, but they are down a man. It won't make a difference. Turning the corner, going himself as Jenkins. Good individual effort by Jenkins. They don't need 7 players.
Oh, no relation to Leroy. It's Jacob Jenkins this time. He gets the try and just sustained pressure. The Golden Gophers trying to play rugby in their own end. It's never going to end well for you. Have a look at this, one-on-one. 2 defenders just get tangled up with each other there from Minnesota. And Josh Caldwell just gets caught flat-footed by Jenkins. He's one to watch. Young Jacob Jenkins with that try. He'll look to convert his own try now from the sideline. Great start from the Keel Haulers. 2.5 gone here in the first stanza, James.
The kick does go wide. I think there was a little goose step. I mean, what is it about the goose step?
David Campese in the 70s and 80s brings it to fame. It's been used and abused many times since then, James, and Jenkins the latest in a long line to exploit the mystique around the goose step.
It's one of the only attacking maneuvers where you don't actually do anything but stay in the same place. And that kick flirts over, and again the sideline claims another victim. The University of Minnesota very struggling massively. And meanwhile, Cal will be back for a full contingent, so they were able to add 5 points. That's critical. Wolf. A bit messy at the back. It does come round, and a good strong carry from Wolf. To the outside, Cavinta. Still doing a good job over the top of the ball. A little bit of a knock on there, but attacking with real purpose.
They certainly are. They're finding holes behind the Minnesota defense. Players coming out of the Golden Gophers lines. Lone Wolf exploiting this space. Are the Keelhoilers just not capitalizing there? I thought the option was to turn back, go against the grain with that defense scrambling across field there, James. But a lot of pressure here for Minnesota. But we've seen all weekend so far, teams that can absorb the pressure, they're not out of this game. Sevens is such a fast, dynamic game.
You'll reset that scrum. You're absorbing the pressure, and you're not out. At 5-0. They've just got to show a little bit of something on attack so far. It's very difficult. It's extremely taxing in sevens to be on defense the entire time. As we see Iona. Oh, he's well handled at the back, but able to get the ball back. And there's that swarming Cal defense. Just still on his feet, Iona looks for another, and now it's a foot race round the outside. Caldwell straightens nicely, but just a menace at the breakdown on the outside. Not rolling away was the initial tackle player.
A nice little pressure reliever here for Minnesota. Gets them out of their own half. Iona can clear this off the right boot. Oh, he's a lefty. He's going off the left boot. As you can see his intensity to get downfield. I thought he may have missed the sideline, but he's found the sideline outside the 22. Now a chance. We talked about just surviving in sevens sometimes. That's good enough. Down by 5. Now you've got a shot. Now let's see what you can do, Minnesota. Let's see what the ball can do. That man on your screen, Iona, he's going to be the key. He's the playmaker. Looks dangerous, ball in hand. Excited to see him go down here in the red zone, James.
Saw early intent to go wide, but this Cal Maritime defense applies a lot of pressure. Nice little transfer to Iona. Looking to straighten, trying to find support, and just on the offload, drops the ball. It's an opportunity wasted down.
Yeah, it's that low percentage pass there, that flick back on the outside. You know, the YouTube generation, they love the highlights. They go on YouTube, they watch these passes. They see the Sonny Bill Williams, but they don't see the thousands of hours of practice Sonny Bill does with the ball in hand, working in the gym, working on the field to execute and perfect that. You better just holding that ball in 2 hands. Like you've mentioned numerous times today, ball in 2 hands. It's the most dangerous person on the football field.
Well, the second most dangerous person behind Sonny Bill Williams is number 5, Jonah Wolf. And that is a runaway try and a real heartbreaker for the University of Minnesota heading into halftime.
I would join Jonah Wolf's pack any day of the week, even if it did end up in Vegas on the roof of Caesars Palace. I'm okay with that. Jonah Wolf, he shows you how it's done. Look at this, small opportunity, a spilled ball, sevens. It's all about opportunity. No matter how small they may be, taking advantage of them. Jonah Wolf shows the speed. This is going to be a great shot front on. Look at that. Just an absolute athlete. Dots it down. His side extends their lead. Really impressed with this first 7 minutes from the Keelhoilers, James.
It has been all Cal Maritime so far in the first half. And we will go to a short break. When we come back, second half action.
You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions, just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
Trusted by sports therapists, Wintergreen products help you prepare to win before, during, and after performance. Visit wintergreensport.com to perform at your best.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship, and second half action will continue. Cal Maritime 12 points to 0 over the University of Minnesota. And Dan, just taking their opportunities in the first half, Cal Maritime.
Absolutely, and they've just executed better at the right times, James. Minnesota didn't have a lot of territory, in particular in that first half. When they got down there, they basically gave the ball straight back. That led to another Keelhauler try. It's all about just having territory possession, just being patient. We've mentioned it so many times already today. Patience is key in this game. If you just can build some sustained pressure, opportunities are going to open up.
And pressure, they're going to be under it straight away as they turn the ball over. And in this instance, Cal Maritime working the ball to the sideline with Bates. Shifting it back to the middle, and there's Wolf, the try scorer. He was dangerous in the first half. This man was dangerous as well. Jenkins, always taking 1 or 2 defenders with him. Kavinta. Moving the ball back to the middle. Wolf. Wolf again. What's he going to do? Step off the right foot. Wolf. The one-man Wolf pack. Again, Dan. He's impressive.
You see, look at that. Even Minnesota saying, good step, bro. One of the best. The right foot bang. Let's see if we can get this up in slow motion. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck on the verge of being selected for the ABs. Eat your heart out, RTS. Well, have a look at this. Boom! Right foot step. You can almost see the imprint in the ground. He hits it so hard. And then he brings it around for good measure. Wow. Jonathan Wolf, talk about putting your name out there initially. Jonah Wolf. Apologies. Conversion successful. And the Keelhaulers, we didn't know what to expect coming in for the Keelhaulers, but I'm telling you, I'm impressed.
There's just that extra punch in this step as well. Obviously, very well conditioned. And they extend their lead 19 points to 0. As the try scorer will kick off. Flirting with the 10-meter. It does go over. So, what can University of Minnesota do? Looking down the outside. Again, flirting with the touchline. And that is the 4th time in this match that they've turned possession over.
Oh, the Sean Lindersmith snacksometer will be going into a dark shade of red. The angrier he gets here with these simple errors against the Golden Gophers. Some changes coming in here for the Keelhaulers as Gavin Murray makes his way onto the field. But Minnesota, good team, good players, just execution. And again, you've got a lot of these guys who have come out of hibernation, especially in the northern states, probably haven't been outside playing a lot of rugby. And this is what you need. You need to be tested in the heat of battle.
And tested they have been. This Cal Maritime side just stringing together phases nicely. And one thing they're doing is recycling the ball to players running onto the ball with depth, even later in this game. Looking to work the ball across field. Ball was just flirting with the forward line, and that was Josh Bates. He was away on the outside.
Yeah, that's it'd be good to see a replay of that. I'm not sure if that pass from here, it looked okay, but again, AR right in the perfect position. Looking at the line, it comes back out of the hands. I would have let that one go. I would have let that one go. But I'm a man of the players. I want to let them play.
I think if you refereed, there'd be 1 stoppage.
Yeah, at half time. And that's it. Half time, full time. Wouldn't hear from me. I'd probably only last 1 game, if I'm being honest. Let's go, Minnesota. Let's go. On the comeback here, Golden Gophers.
Stepping up the middle, and it is Russell Ania. He's dropped the headgear from the first half, and he'll drop the ball down over the line, and he's been a threat early on.
I said he looks dangerous ball in hand. I'm not going to step away from that comment. I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to double down on it. He is the most dangerous player for the Golden Gophers ball in hand. Look at that. Just ball out, 2 hands. Defense doesn't know what he's going to do. Is he running? Is he passing? Is he kicking? I don't know. Triple threat. He can run, pass, and kick.
Third one there as he misses the kick, so he can run and pass. He can't kick after he scores, but 19 points to 5. As we see more fresh legs coming onto the field. So with 3 minutes left, it's been all Cal Maritime so far. And Iona, can he put something contestable up? No, straight down the middle of the field. The ball does find surface. Let's see what Maritime can do. Spinning the ball down. There's Wolf again. Oh, he's so dangerous as he finds support play. Taken in a high tackle. Wolf will step up again. He'll say, give me the ball. Spins it out. Finding a little half gap, looking for some of it. Great cutback on the inside, but McLarnon looking for support. He does have support, but man and defender at the same time. Still available. Wolf. Still going. Looking for the offload. Great hands there. Excellent pickup by Urkov. Here's Wolf just sizing up. Little 2-on-1. Oh, 2-on-none. Here he goes again. What a performance. Jonah Wolf with the hat trick.
Well, eat your heart out, Stark family of Winterfell. I think we found the new dominant Wolf. He doesn't come from the north. He comes from Cal Maritime. The keel haulers, Jonah Wolf, sporting one of the great rugby names in Jonah. And he is backing up that name with his performance here today. 3 tries on the day for Jonah Wolf. And I tell you, it's not only the tries, it's his involvement everywhere. Quality touches throughout this game for the man with the ball in his hands right now.
And he was involved in that one passage of play 5 times. 5.
That's incredible. Incredible. Takes a big breath, and probably rightfully so. Minnesota, they're confused. They're not sure. How do we stop this guy? How do you stop a wolf? Silver bullet? Huh? That's a werewolf, not a Jonah Wolf. How do you stop Jonah Wolf?
Oh, and here he goes again. Nice little cheeky kickoff, applying pressure. And the counter ruck. Oh, he can do it all as they turn the ball over. Secures possession again. But that final player just diving in over the top there. Showing good knowledge of the game, though. That little pooch kick when no one was looking, tried to regather it himself. So Iona, can he spark something? University of Minnesota just trying to find any positive momentum as they move through this as Carter. Iona, he'll have a go himself. Offloads on the outside to Geester Jones. Not much happening here, and there's that swarming Cal defense, but stepping off the right foot nicely. Good individual effort, and he'll have too much pace. That was good work by Joshua Caldwell. But it's the first time all game they've gone more than 3 phases.
Pressure. It's all about pressure, James. Just be consistent with the ball. Work through your phases. Opportunities will happen. And there you see it. Caldwell sees the keel haulers come up quickly on his outside, off the right foot to straighten up. Great play from Caldwell. And there's the rewards, 5 points under the post.
And that will do it. 24 points to 10. Cal Maritime over the University of Minnesota. We'll be right back with more action.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, Experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
The U.S. Rugby Foundation's mission is to grow the game of rugby in America by providing grants to support youth development, health and safety, coaching, refereeing, and pathways to future excellence. To show your support, visit usrugbyfoundation.org and don't forget to donate. Welcome back to the Shrine on Airline. It's May Madness as we continue. You see the Iowa Central Tritons going to take on the Gales from Iona from New Rochelle, New York. Two great programs going at it here at the Shrine. It's going to be an exciting matchup. John Broker with James Patterson. James, these are two fast teams. This should be a great one.
Yeah, there's plenty of power and pace on these sides. We've seen already in this tournament. It's really going to come down to who can play more patient and who's going to throw their punches at the right time. We've seen time and time again, patience pays off in the game of sevens.
It certainly does. Patience, sometimes a weird word to use in our game of rugby, but certainly important here. Iowa Central, right there, the Tritons in the purple and white, and white, yellow, and gold will be the Gales of Iona. Iona fields this first one. Both highly touted teams here. Iona, a number 3, Iowa Central, number 6 seed. Talk about a bit. Iona gets that ball out to their 40-meter line. Great program building, as always, in New Rochelle. Right there is Bobby Husher, the Durham, Connecticut native. Puts that one away. Good running that from Iona. Just launches that ball back to Viliami Hapoi. Hapoi gets it back to Husher. Husher turns up the midfield. Husher, son of Bob Husher, New Haven rugby legend. Ball comes out to Hapoi. Hapoi has a runner outside with a high school American and freshman. Just dots around, low center of gravity, good body height. Gets it in there, ball coming back across. Brandon Buckley, older brother, plays for Rugby New York. Over the line they go. That is
great passage of play there. And again, it came from their ability to interchange the ball. Every time they got near contact, they're able to free, and we see the end there. Viliami Hapoi is a 3-time high school All-American. He was heavily involved and able to go over for the try, but the ability to be able to, when the tackle's being made, to free the ball quickly, and they utilized a number of offloads, a number of quick recycles. The defense could never catch up to play.
Andrew Britt coaching this Iona team. Andrew Britt doing the sevens. Paul Burke, the head coach of 15s right now. A program really developed by Bruce McLean, the American rugby legend. Player-driven team, and that's DeJoe. He's wearing the number 8. Have him listed as a 6. Hapoi to get us going again. Hapoi from Sacramento, California, has switched coasts to go to New Rochelle, and knock on in the air, unfortunately, or that was a guaranteed try. Statements of intent from this Iona team.
It's almost a home run there. It would have been the try scorer dotting in for 2 at that stage, and just the ability. It's been very difficult today. The sun is playing its part. Those kicks hanging up there. We've seen a number of possessions changed over on the kickoff and a number of tries. We even had a try in under, I think, 3 seconds earlier. It was impressive.
We had some pretty quick tries here. It's going to be a good ball for Iowa Central at their own line, coached by Brent Nelson with Joe Lippert, Hamish McCallion. Ball's a little loose. Iona players going in for it, but knocked down. We'll get back another scrum for the Tritons.
You see this Iowa Central side. We talked about it earlier. Exciting rugby in Iowa. We've got plenty of teams here, but this Iowa Central side has really been a breeding ground for a lot of players that have gone on to play at Life and Lindenwood. It's almost like a feeder club to them.
They certainly have, and they're bringing in some good players, developing something wonderful there in Iowa. One, as we talked about all day, one of the many great Iowa teams at this event. Big hit comes in, gets turned over quickly into the hands of Connor Byrne. Byrne puts it away to Bobby Usher, and the Coggin-Chog High School graduate touches down for another try for the Iona Gales.
There was a massive collision in that piece of play there. You're going to see, again, trying to come out nicely here, but just absolutely smashed. And at this stage, off broken play, they're just too good. It was Bobby Usher, the benefactor of some pressure on defense,
who made that tackle as well. Bobby Usher, a junior, going to be a senior next year. You see him there. His brother and incoming freshman, Jack Usher. Good friends with his father, so got to let you know that. So I know what's going on with the Usher crowd. But good try for Bobby as the Gales extend their lead from New Rochelle, the city of Huguenots, James.
Huguenot?
French Protestants settled the town of New Rochelle. Also the birthplace of Bob Denver and Don McLean, who wrote American Pie. Quite a city there outside of New York. Iowa Central Tritons knock a little one there off the kickoff. Pouncing are the Gales. Hapoy was outside looking for that, but it's going to be held by Connor Byrne. Connor Byrne touches down. Iona College, another one, the junior from Brisbane, Australia.
Well, pressure, 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 but Iowa Central just have to relax a little bit. They've got to build into something. At the moment, they've had nothing, and it's, again, their ability to free the ball. Every time there's a turnover, it's one quick pass or two quick passes away. And in this instance here, a nice show and go for Connor Byrne, but geez, Iona.
Iona doing well. 7-19 now. That kick was good. Central Community College, 2 minutes to go in this half. We get a look at the try score. Yeah, the Tritons, well-coached, well-drilled team, loaded with talent. They can come back here. Poy gets us going again. High kick fielded by the Tritons, but an isolated player. No penalty, says the referee. A little knock-on crept in there, but referee says it's okay. Another errant pass inside their 22. Lots of defensive pressure on them. Tritons, ball runner across the 22. Looking to take the corner there on Brendan Buckley. Buckley, Xavier High School product, able to take them down, and Irish Central on a good attack here across their 40. It's a step back in, not going to look to that width. It's to Giorgio again. Poy makes a nice tackle. Did he take him over horizontal? The referee says indeed he did, in Iowa Central on the run here through Ethan Wilson. Ethan Wilson, freshman from South Africa. Central, Gus Sokol. Sokol gets across the 22, and just under 30 seconds remaining in the half. Iowa Central will put in their first 5 points. 19-5, kick to come right in front of the posts.
It's a great individual effort, but there was some massive collisions continuing in this game. We've already seen multiple instances of people just getting absolutely crushed, as we're going to see Hapoy copybook tackle, driving him back.
Slipping up just a bit too high.
And then this is a brilliant piece of individual effort on the outside by Gus Sokol, the sophomore out of Portland, Oregon. I love that high running form. It's very difficult when you get a bigger player like that, lifting those knees to tackle.
Iona, whistle has gone for the end of the half. Buckley takes a look down the side, goes to Hapoy. Hapoy is going to go across the field to Usher. Usher is going to move it to the wing. Another runner coming outside. Good cover defense comes in on Byrne. Tackle in here. Iowa Central player knocks it back, and it's okay because no offsides line at that contact area yet. Iowa Central, right at halftime here, can pull it a little closer if they can make this happen. Good steps, good work. Ball up in the air. They're out of the wing. Can they make it happen through Rabe? Rabe headed towards the line. Rabe looking at the line. Rabe gets it down for 5. We are getting close here. 19-12. Iona leads. Kick to come.
What a crucial score right before halftime. That puts them right back in this game. It came from some good individual effort. We saw Sokol involved again, that big, strong, powerful runner, and they will do a little bit of what Iona's been doing in the first half, freeing the ball from the contact area, gave him the opportunity in the overlap on the outside, and the kick.
That's huge. 19-14, 5 points, unconverted try in it. That's halftime. Stick with us. We're going to come back to May Madness right after this.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions, just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
Experience the most electric sport in America with Premier Rugby Sevens, America's first professional women's and men's Rugby Sevens League. Visit pr7s.com for tickets and information. Welcome back to New Orleans. Viliami Hapoi for Iona. Ready to get us underway here. Iona jumped out to a good lead. The Tritons of Iowa Central clawed their way back in. John Brugger with James Patterson. James Patterson, Iona needs to pull something out of the hat pretty quickly.
Yeah, run and play's changed in this match, and if you would have asked me about 2 minutes before halftime if I was going to put all my money on Iona, which said they would have, but so far Gus Sokol has really stepped up for that side, and Iowa Central need to feed off of him because every time 2 or 3 players are coming in when he touches the ball.
Hapoi gets us underway. Well-weighted kick comes back towards Iona. They're going to have to pounce on this one. Player tackled without the ball there, so we'll come back for a penalty. Iona well drilled, just calms down. Lets Brendan Buckley make the decision there. Buckley toes, moves it out to Hapoi. Hapoi just a little wider, one-handed pass. Looking around to the wing, Buckley gets it again. He's got an outside runner. Do they have the gas through Lanning? Lanning headed for the line, and Lanning touches down. 5 points to get the second half underway. Just what the Gales needed.
Lanning, an Xavier product. What a prestigious program, and they keep putting out players like this. It was a good individual effort, just a lot of speed on the outside, but it was good work at the beginning by Buckley. At that stage, too much speed and pace, a great finishing try.
Lanning, a freshman from Flushing out in Queens. 24-14, Iona leads. Hapoi, opportunity to extend this. Hapoi, not good with that one. We'll come back for the kick. Take a look at the try score.
And that's what they needed to do. They would have talked at halftime. They said, we're going to go out and just do what we've been doing. Shift the ball, move it to space, back our speed, and that's what they've done in this instance. So 24 points to 14. It's exactly how you want to start the second half.
Hapoi, another high-hanging kick, a little longer this time, puts it down to 22. The Tritons able to field it. Tritons looking at that wall of defenders, trying to decide which way they can get through or around. To Giorgio, holding a player in there, taken down. Chris Santos. Iowa Central Good steps, looking for the right player. They've got a skip pass to the wing. The speed is on. Can they break it through here? Tackle comes in eventually. Good work, Iona. They're going to have to regather on defense here. Just a bit slow to get back there. Good attacking position for the Tritons. Ball knocked to the ground, but not a knock on according to the referee. There goes Rebay. Rebay held inside his own half that time. Penalty against Iona. Player not rolling away. Tritons quick to reset. Ball in hand. Across the halfway they go. That's Sokol. Moves that ball on to Farrell. This time the penalty goes the way of the Iona Gales. Not releasing is the Tritons. Such a crapshoot in there sometimes around that contact area, but that time Iona comes out on top.
Yeah, great execution there and good patience. Buckley did very well over the top of the ball.
Ball cleared, coming across the field. Nice handoff by DiGiorgio. Coming in to clean it up. Out to Hapoy again. Hapoy goes off on a little venture. Bobby Husher isolated by the touchline, looking for somebody to get it to. He's got a second player on top of him there from Iowa Central. Knocks the ball back to Hapoy, but it's going to be playing it on the ground. Iowa Central, good work. Hapoy might have been better to just go back in the other direction.
Good pressure on the outside. The line speed's really picked up by Iowa Central.
Ball squirts out there from the Tritons. Good fortune for Iona. Anthony Antonelli brings that one in. Launches the ball back out, looking for Hapoy. Hapoy gets a hold of it, and that defender shot out of line. He couldn't get there. Hapoy across the 22. He's got two chasers on him. Can he get there? Handoff. He's so tough to tackle. And Viliami Hapoy, Sacramento boy, touches it down for 5 points.
That was a good presence of mind too, because the defender was screaming at him, going for the intercept, kept his eyes on the ball, able to get it and really push it away. But another great tackle. I tell you what, this Iona team, they're very well drilled, and defensively, they've shown it on an attack. When you've got a guy like this, Viliami Hapoy, this much class and experience as a young player, you just have to ride that momentum all day.
And he is certainly there to play. Good footwork, good vision. Keeps his team going. Kick no good, 29-14. About 2 minutes left in this men's Pool 1. Single elimination tournament here in the Big Easy. Boy from Sacramento, he shouldn't be that outrageous for him. Buckley gets us started. Down on their own 5-meter line are the Tritons. Able to recycle. Pass goes just in behind. Player can't run onto it. Buckley has to come in after the missed tackle and make that one. Now a champion. One who took that ball to the ground. Little pop back in. Good move there from the Tritons. Long way to go for Searles Davis. Searles Davis. Choppy steps to the 22, gets it to Sokol. Sokol needs no introduction to the tri-zone, and Gus Sokol touches down again.
That was a great inside line by Matthew Searles Davis. The defender from Iona shot out of the line, and you're going to see it here, back on the inside, good communication. And you could tell immediately he was looking for someone to give the ball off to. He did not want to have to go the distance.
He was self-aware. He didn't have the distance. That's why they call him Matty Ice.
And Sokol just has, as he gets a well-deserved rest, he has been all over the pitch so far. Definitely a standout for Iowa Central. And at 29 points to 21.
Over a converted try in it. Iona in the driver's seat, but still time. Just under 30 seconds to go. Mistake creeps in there from Iona. Man, Searles Davis right there, moving it to the wing. If they can get this ball down, there may be time for another kickoff. That's Aiden Farrell. Gonna have to get this kick away quickly.
Wow, wouldn't you believe it? They're clawing back into it, so they chose not to take the conversion.
Going to come back out. Iona's going to have to get themselves back out to the 40-meter line here.
29 points to 26.
There goes the whistle. I believe he can kick this anytime he wants. Time for another kickoff. Nail biter here at the Shrine on Airline. Advancing to the next round, goes through it. If Iona can come down with this ball and launch it into touch, they'll be good to go. Ball bounced up. Did it get knocked on there? It did, and that's going to be the end of our game. Down to the wire, James Patterson. Iona comes away with it. Great game by the Tritons of Iowa Central. That program is just going to keep building, and I'll have plenty more to say this weekend. Iona moves on. Shrine on Airline, May Madness Sevens. Stay tuned. We're going to come back with Kutztown versus Maryland.
CBD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
Let's go. You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Experience the most electric sport in America with Premier Rugby Sevens, America's first professional women's and men's Rugby Sevens League. Visit pr7s.com for tickets and information.
And welcome back to May Madness Sevens. The CRCs continue here from New Orleans. Dan Powell with you alongside Abby Costidis. And Abby, a little hometown flavour here. Your University of Maryland Terps taking on Kutztown University.
Have to represent. Look at the flags on the jerseys. We are one of those states that wear that thing loud and proud. Everyone else gets very, very confused why we are so proud, but I think it's the Chesapeake Bay and the Maryland Crabs for me. But Kutztown, such a strong side, historically strong rugby program. It's going to be about here.
It'll be Kutztown on the left of your screen to kick off. Maryland to receive. They just break from there now. We're ready to get this one underway. Best crab cakes in Maryland? Go. Where are they?
Papa's in Cockeysville, Maryland.
There it is.
Give it a go.
Free shout out. I had crab cakes in the airport once at Maryland, which judging by your face, is probably the face of everyone in Maryland right now. Why would you do crab cakes in an airport? I still don't know. People on the plane regretted that decision about an hour and a half into the flight as well. All right, Maryland, first touch here in this game, the qualifier game to push them through. Loving this format, one and done. You lose, you're out, you win, you stay in. How much has this school changed? When did you graduate? 9 years ago, you said?
Yeah, just a few. 9, 20,
I always shouldn't have said that out loud.
Yes, you say. That's okay. You could just Google it. USA Rugby likes to put our birth dates up there, too. It's a little change, but Jeff Sokin, still the head coach, been a strong presence in this squad, building it up. A lot of Marylanders on this team as well, a lot of local guys staying around, coming from strong high schools. As we take a second here, the Marylander down, Terp down. I'm sure he'll be all right, though. Terrapins are strong, you know.
It looks like he got his arm pinned as he got taken down to the ground. As you know, when you kind of pin, you can't brace out there. You take a lot of the force through the elbow into the shoulder. AC joint suffers. You get a better look at it here. So he kind of gets locked up. Then bang. Oh, yeah. Right onto that elbow, the old AC joint. Good for the tank tops in the summer. It gives them something to hang off that AC joint when you're separated. Have you done yours?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you're lucky.
Goodness.
He's done his. He's going to have that little bump for the rest of his life now.
Hopefully Maryland goes all right without him as they see him go off. Eddie Schmidt takes an early exit to the game.
Yeah, not the start Schmidt would have been looking for here. It'll be a Maryland scrum nonetheless. Johnson Bow will put this one in just shy of the halfway line. Penalty goes to Maryland. Quick tap here. Zivkovic, 7-time intramural champion. Can you? I stole your stat. I'm so sorry, but I had to do it. I don't know what it was in, but 7 times. That's incredible.
The vagueness of the stat is what's intriguing as well. Myself, also an intramural champion at Maryland. 3v3 basketball, flag football.
Yeah.
They're not easy to come by, as you know. If I could achieve it, not many else.
How many did you get?
Maybe 3.
3.
I'm not counting though, like him.
I believe 3. 7 just feels like a fabrication.
A little bit of a stretch.
I'm not going to call him out on it. I just did, but I'm not going to continue to.
Not to his face.
Here we go, Kutztown now with a chance to attack. Cowie turns that one back inside to O'Reilly as he takes it up to the halfway line. Conditions continue to warm up here in New Orleans. We've mentioned before the attrition rate. The durability of these players will be tested over 3 days.
Especially in this knockout style, so much pressure. And then you have that heat playing that factor as well. Who can outlast here?
Get a look at Alex Doyling there, that little handling area. Looked dangerous ball hand up until that point. Johnson Bow with the ball at the back. Under some pressure, comes down this short side. As Maryland forced back to their 22 here by Kutztown. Penalty goes against Maryland in possession.
Maybe an obstruction call. Just blocking the defense from making the tackle. Maryland happy to go backwards, however, turning that ball over to Kutztown as they're in a prime attacking opportunity here.
Let that one go. Kurvis Cali down this short side, and Kutztown, they will get a reward for that attacking movement. Try into the corner there. Thruttel, he gets it down. Kutztown open the scoring, 5 points to 0 over Maryland.
Number 5, Cameron. Here we go. Have a look again. It's a little wrap around. Number 7 does well. Gets the ball out to the edge. He uses his length, that long stride, as we see him score the opening 5 points. And you see his fun fact there that he's the oldest freshman in the United States, as he's an Englishman.
Van Wilder.
Hopefully not. Maybe more focused on the athletics.
He was young. Van Wilder just stayed in college, right? He wasn't old and went to college.
Right.
He was actually a guy who went to the University of Houston. Australian guy as a punter, 30-year-old freshman.
Oh, see, we need him to check his
There's
facts.
hope for us yet, Abby. Well, your eligibility's gone. You're done.
I look forward to seeing you on the pitch.
Little juggle there. Back for Maryland, though, as they continue to attack here. The 22, Kutztown swarm in, though.
Woo.
Off the feet. Good call there.
Yeah, good call. Huge counter ruck, however, not maintaining their body weight. So it's still Maryland ball as they look to get out of their own half. We haven't seen much from them yet.
They've been entrenched in their own end. Little attacking kick through here. Needs the bounce. Toes it through again. Maryland soccer may be recruiting as we speak. Oh, another one. This is brilliant stuff from the Terps. just needs to pick up, can't handle the ball at the last moment, spilt forward. Opportunity goes begging for the Terps.
A bit of footy skills, strong. However, the handling, not quite there. So there's the initial kick. That was Johnson Bow. And then he's got a lot of heat on him, 2 Kutztown players. But then coming in was the second kick. I believe Jeff Connors can't quite catch the number. And then just a little nudge, knock on, and then turning that ball over. End-to-end stuff here.
Yeah, the first trip down this end here for Maryland now. A big push at the scrum. Wheeling, penalty goes to Kutztown. The Bears will clear this ball. So O'Connell will take his time. 5.5 minutes gone here in the first half. 7 points to 0. Kutztown in the lead.
Not many scores yet so far. Kutztown still maintain ball here, kicking it out on the full. It'll be their line out. Need to see some pressure from Maryland. They need to get in this match. Seeming just a little lax right now.
There you see Paul Sheehy, owner of Old Glory in Major League Rugby, also sponsoring Kutztown.
Speaking of Old Glory, we have a Maryland player here who played for the Old Glory U23 team, Jeff Connors.
And hopefully that's a story we start seeing more and more too, Abby, is these collegiate kids getting opportunities to come into the NLR academies, improving their own game, going back and then playing the collegiate rugby, having that college experience, but also getting to a little taste of professional rugby as well.
So important as the MLR continues to develop that we develop our young talent. We had that recent announcement that the World Cups will be held here in 2031 and 2033. In order to make a presence at those World Cups, really vital that these collegiates end up in those developmental programs.
They're going to put a game in Maryland?
Would love to, but maybe San Diego, since that's where I live now.
Oh, you're in San Diego now. That's right. Well, Snapdragon Stadium, that beautiful stadium is being built. The Legion going to play out there. I know they're rivals to you. Is it husband or fiance? You guys married yet?
Fiance. Don't get his hopes up just yet.
Okay, so there's still hope. There's still hope for you to kind of get out.
Exactly.
Just kidding, Corbs. Don't come after me.
Yeah, he was.
Here we go. Kutztown again. The set piece play, beautiful on the wraparound. Kaviri Kashvili gets it down. The Georgian sensation. Another try for Kutztown. 12 points to 0 with a kick to come.
Kutztown with the only 2 tries. Maryland defense just not able to keep them out. Kutztown just really marched their way down the field, attacking with ball in 2 hands, and then takes the edge, has the pace to get it down in the corner. And 12 points to 0. I need my Maryland Terps to step it up.
What's the war cry for the Terps? Like, you know, what is it? What do they say?
It's a secret. It's top secret.
Okay,
so since you're not from Maryland, you are not privy to that information.
We'll talk about that during the halftime break. We will take a quick break when we return. The second half continues. It's 12 points to 0. Kutztown over Maryland here at Made Madness Sevens. The CRC continues here on the Rugby Network.
American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
Rhino Rugby for all your rugby needs. Visit usa.rhinorugby.com for custom teamwear, apparel, balls, and innovative field and training equipment. Rhino Rugby, the best in the business.
Welcome back. May Madness Sevens for 2022. The Collegiate Rugby Championship continues here from the Gold Mine on Airline, the home to Nola Gold. The Baby Cakes was the minor league baseball team that was there, which is an interesting name for a sports team. They evacuated the premises and now rebranded as the Gold Mine for Nola Gold, which I thought was pretty cool.
Exciting times for rugby, especially in Louisiana where these teams are battling it out.
Kashvili scored a try there at the back end of the half. Fields that one, gets a penalty for his side as they will take their time through Thorne O'Connell to clear this ball. What's the threshold for kicking for the line in sevens? Because you don't see it as much. It's becoming a little bit more prevalent, but kicking to touch on a penalty, what were you guys told with the national team? Like, hey, kick here, don't kick. Like, what was kind of the parameters for it?
Definitely depends on the conditions. If it's windy or it's wet, probably not opt for that line out because it's messy, 50-50 ball. However, you're deep in your 22. Best to get some territory, get out of your own half. That way, there's a little bit of leeway with any errors.
There you have it. So good to sit next to an Olympian. You're the first Olympian I've ever sat next to. Oh, second. I sat with Missy Franklin once. That's the story for another time. This Kaviri Kashvili. He could be eligible for the Olympics for Georgia for the sevens one day. Gets his second try. He's had a good showing here.
He is absolutely carving it up. We see the set piece move. They give it to the front pod lifter. Little dicey with that call there. However, he owns it. He is electric. He is scoring underneath the post. I think their Georgian sevens team have a little bit of work to qualify for the Olympics, but if anyone can bring them there, maybe it's this guy. This is our guy.
Love your positivity. It's infectious. I'm going to get a Georgian rugby jersey as soon as we finish up. Let's go. Good. They do quite well in the 15s. Obviously big, powerful forwards, but
I hear endless scrum talk in my household, so I actually knew that.
I apologize. Yeah, I don't want you to bring home to work. Usually it's work to home, but for you it goes both ways. So
let's stick to sevens.
There we go. This one fielded by Maryland on their 22. Got to get him over the line here. Need at least one try for the Terps.
Kutztown not quite falling for that dummy there. Maryland just going backwards at the moment. Someone step up. There we go. A little bit of footwork, in, out. Does he have the wheels? Kutztown is smothering him. However, they did get out of their own 22.
Little victories. Again, the positivity from Abby Kostakis is amazing. I love it. Turned over. Cuts down, fresh on the field is Tuxen. We saw him in defense show some good pace to run down. And now Kutztown. 15 out from the line. You can see the goalpost at the top of your screen. They will attack the opposite way. Kaviri Kashvili. That's number 3 for the Georgian. He has been dominant here this afternoon for Kutztown against Maryland. And he gets his 3rd try of the match.
A hat trick for that young man, and all Kutztown. Maryland just not up for the task. Look at that strong fin. You have to get low. You have to either attempt to break that arm down and get into those legs, or just go low from the start. Break down, hinge at the hips and the knees. You have to put a shoulder shot in. Reaching with your hands, you're going to get done by a fend every single time.
Conversion unsuccessful.
We can work on that for him in the Georgian sevens.
I agree. Can't have everything, can you? There's got to be some work-ons.
Exactly. He's probably working behind the scenes. We just haven't seen it yet. It'll come. Slow build, slow build.
Here we go. Kutztown 24 points to 0. Another restart. Tuxen comes flying through there. He's got some speed. Kobe Tuxen. I'd like to see him in a bit of open space at some point this weekend. Maryland, though, again find themselves in their 22. Now a little opening here for the Terps as they slide through. Offload, though, doesn't go to hand initially. Showing some glimpses. Abby's Terps. What is a Terp? A turtle, right?
A terrapin, yes. Terrapin. Very fast and ferocious beast.
Yes, I've heard.
As we see here now, these Terrapins hopefully finding their way back into this match. At least let's get one on the board.
One knocked down from Kutztown backwards, waiting. All the players stopped before the whistle. They just knew something had happened. And we'll await the call to referee here.
Knock on by Maryland. Another error, just giving up possession. It's a little bit of a lack of fight, a lack of focus seen here by the Terps.
I need to get you involved. I need to bring you in.
I'm not so sure my positivity would last if I was on there with them.
This one sits down perfectly. Galway, open spaces. The chase is valiant. It will not be enough though. Kutztown, they will go under the post again. That's their 6th try here for the game. 29 points to 0 with a kick to come.
And that was the 2021 Rugby All-American, number 9 for Kutztown. He just opened up. It was as if the Red Sea parted. There was no one else on the pitch.
Take another look at it. You called it right. Little Moses himself here. Just look at that. Maryland just gave up the chase very quickly.
Maryland, just no one identifying the scrum half as their person. Maybe utilizing the ref there, but very smart play by the number 9 from Kutztown.
That's the 5th try, apologies, of the day for Kutztown. I might be a little Nostradamus predicting the 6th a little early, but the way they've been playing, wouldn't be surprised.
At this rate, I could see another one coming in. However, that error off the restart gives the ball back to Maryland. It's a free kick to them at the halfway. And
this is bit of stuff.
Oh
take
my
it over.
gosh, a bit of electricity seen by the Terrapins. I told you they were fast.
That was Ben Vandermerve. Over the sideline they go, and again, execution at the end. They cannot get it done. But there are glimpses. There's glimpses. There's hope for the future for our Terrapin fans tuning in.
A little bit of mix of experience and inexperience in this squad, potentially building up. Challenging last couple of years with any sports, not as much game time. So key in rugby, especially. Being newer to these sports, getting those game-like scenarios, really increasing your rugby IQ makes all the difference.
Kick over the sideline from Kutztown. The 6th try will not happen. Prediction wrong there. Don't trust me for that stuff. 31 points to 0. Kutztown over Maryland. They push on. Some work to do for your Terrapins, Abby.
They do need some work. Jeff Sokin, give me a call. I'll come hang out for a bit. Until next time.
Crab cakes on Abby in Maryland. Next time we're out there, Jeff. Kutztown, they run away with this one. We will take a short break. When we return, the action continues from the gold mine on Airline. It's CRC's 2002 right here on the Rugby Network.
CBD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's go! You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
Trusted by sports therapists, Wintergreen products help you prepare to win before, during, and after performance. Visit wintergreensport.com to perform at your best.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship. May Madness continues. I'm James Patterson, joined alongside Brianna Kim. Brianna, this matchup sees University of South Carolina taking on Northeastern University.
Yeah, James, it's going to be a very interesting match. Of course, the University of South Carolina automatically qualified through the Southeastern Collegiate Rugby Conference. They won the championship there, and Northeastern looking to build off a successful 2019-7 season. Of course, with COVID, there's only a small core of remaining players left, but they're hoping that with a combination of old experience and a lot of young talent, that they'll be able to build another successful season.
Two pretty evenly matched sides, and it is single elimination. So win and you move on. We have seen a lot of great rugby on day one here as we get set to kick off, and it'll be interesting to see. Bria, I feel like the teams that have come out and executed with patience have done the best job.
Absolutely, and it's so hard that first game. Everyone's so nervous. They will get here, and they're so excited for this tournament. The team that sets the tone right from the get-go is going to be the one that has felt that composure and is able to just execute the fundamentals, and then they can build up the game from there.
Referee Frank Enfeld gets us started. So first mistake, and it will be the Gamecocks that will have first possession.
The Gamecocks have a lot of experience. They've had 5 previous trips to the CRCs, 2014 and then 2016 to 2019. So perhaps feeling a little bit more comfortable, but we'll see how they start their play.
And they start testing the outside, stringing the ball together nicely. The ball does come back. They'll have to recycle here. Good pressure by Northeastern. Ball is there and available as Lafferty moves the ball. Spreading the ball nicely, ball out in front. Just checking the run there. Trying to pull out a defender was Golden. Oh, good, powerful tackle and an excellent counter ruck, but the ball is there and available. Golden again. Sorry.
And Northeastern just swarming on defense and hoping and praying for that breakdown steal. Referee says play on. South Carolina still with the ball.
Van Villet. Still got the ball, looking for a little half break there, but nothing, running into a solid tackle. Good patience, the defense is up on the outside, so they'll have to tuck and run, Lafferty. Good, strong carry. The referee says he was taken high. Lafferty, again, taps and go himself. Needs to find support, throws it into his own legs. Referee says play on. There we go, strong carry up the middle. Dan Golden, the ball's been turned over though, so Northeastern escapes, but they're gonna have to attack from very deep in their own territory as they look to move the ball. A bit sloppy at the back. Carrying the ball strongly as they move upfield. Not rolling away, so they will get the penalty.
Good, strong carry from Ryan Connolly there. It's tough when you're in your own 22. You always want to try and test the corner, but you don't want to run away from your support at the same time. And so does a good job to stay there. And of course, now they swing it to the other side.
Northeastern looking to attack from deep in their own territory, wanting to straighten a little bit. There's not much available on the outside. It was Jackson initially. Moving the ball back into the middle of the field. Hudson cuts back. He's with Jackson. Coleman Jackson just tries to get the ball out. Looked like it went forward. Referee said play on, and now they're away. Moving the ball, trying to skip past. Just not finding a lot of execution here.
And unlucky for them there. Both of these teams kind of trying to feel each other out. As you see the ball move from side to side, neither one of them really penetrating. There's been 1 or 2 breaks so far. Unfortunately, Northeastern was unable to recover. Once the line break had been made, their depth did not adjust. And unfortunately, the pass became errant and thus went out of bounds. And now we have South Carolina ball on the line out. Referee quickly calls it not straight.
just a little bit of nerves in these games. You've seen teams just try and force that extra pass, getting away from the fundamentals. The teams that have performed the best so far in day ones, the ones that just take additional phases. You build 3, 4, 5 phases, even in good conditions, but in hot conditions like this, eventually you're going to find a mismatch.
Absolutely. It's okay to take, it's encouraged, especially in these conditions, take a few hard phases up, get that go forward ball, and then let the holes open up in the defense from there. Clean ball from Northeastern.
Looking to work the ball down the outside. And this is a good, strong carry. Back on the inside. It was good carry by Borrego. And the ball does go. That is Ryan Connolly. Initially, good work from Alvaro Borrego.
And that's a well-deserved try by Northeastern. We see him shake off the defender and then just a nice inside ball to Ryan Connolly in support. But again, all started from Alvaro Borrego, who's from Greenwich, Connecticut. And Ryan Connolly from Nahant, Massachusetts. Studied abroad in Melbourne, Australia. Perhaps got a bit of footy over there during his time.
Plenty of experience, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. And it came from them just stringing together some phases. They're able to slip the ball out and go as they look to reset here. Deep kick this time. South Carolina will have to attack from deep in their own 22. Shows the ball up, throws a missed pass. Good, strong, deliberate carry up the middle from Golden. And good interplay, just not finding hands cleanly from Howard. Howard will turn and go. Steps inside, tries to find the offload, and does find the offload to Shand. Ball floats out dangerously. Well held there by Dan Golden. It is still alive. Plenty of trouble here. Blackburn finding support back on the inside and just forward, but much better passage of play.
Just so unlucky there. It looked like South Carolina started gaining some momentum. We'll see from the replay. Of course, he's looking for support, but because the Northeastern tackler twisted up his legs, he just wasn't able to get the momentum from his hips to get the offload out how he wanted.
Rear to feed. Working the ball out wide. Just trying to find, again, some success as they did on the outside. And this is a great individual carry. Strong individual carry by Sam Moyle. Brilliance on the outside.
And really just a simple play there, James. Nothing too complex from the scrum. It was just simple hands out. And Moyle just went ahead and trusted his footwork, was able to shake off 2 defenders and then let his speed carry the rest for him home.
They've shown to be very, very dangerous on the outside.
They've got a lot of good footwork and a lot of speed to be able to break the first and second tackle. And they've got, they haven't had to use too much support in the last couple minutes or so.
Hudson with a wobbly old kick. Wobbly but good enough, so 14 points to 0. Northeastern leads University of South Carolina. We'll be back with second half action.
Let's go!
You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
Endicott College, located in Beverly, Massachusetts, offers undergraduate, graduate, and professional programs designed to help you attain your goals. Visit endicott.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to May Madness at the Shrine on Airline, where we see Northeastern University leading the University of South Carolina. And Bree, in the first half, it looked like Northeastern really had the edge on the outside.
Yep, absolutely. After a few minutes of kind of just testing each other out, getting a feel for the game, Northeastern really started to turn it on speed-wise. They used their footwork, and they had some good support as well, which is why they're up 14-0.
So the kick goes up, and it is held by Northeastern, so they'll get the first chance to attack. Copes initially. Oh, and a crunching tackle. We see some big tackles all day long. I believe that was Golden with the collision, but the ball is still available for the Huskies. Some fresh legs on the field as Copes works towards the sideline, doesn't find anything, showing good patience here as they look to move the ball. And here is the danger man. We saw in the first half, and he's just still got too much pace. Great ball on the outside. Excellent work. Sam Moyle. Brilliant stuff from the Huskies.
Sam Moyle getting his second try of the game after the team worked it from the other side. You know, it's unfortunate because USC did a really good job of launching up together. It almost looked like they had Northeastern trapped on the right-hand side, but they didn't have enough defenders swarm and get up into the channels, which allowed Northeastern to swing back to the other side and look for a free Sam Moyle to bring it home.
Yeah, you talked about that. When you actually get numbers up, that's when you've got to apply line speed, and they did that in one instance, but they didn't. They just kept shifting across field, and in that instance, you've got a player, as we see this massive hit. That was a crunching tackle by John Golden, but it was Alvaro Borrego who was the one that was able to kind of just show the ball and work across the face of the defense. There's Uria. Well taken at the back and driven towards the sideline. So they need to attack back here, South Carolina, if they've got any chance. But this wall of pressure, Northeastern is playing with a lot of confidence. Ball out, Ams. Like he had a player unmarked on the outside. Still not a lot happening as Shand looks to find something. Flicks the ball over. But dangerous, stepping out of the tackle. Now, with some purchases, Blackburn. Blackburn finds support back on the inside from Shand. Not much going, so Shand will just take the ball in and look to reset. Choosing to operate up in the tight quarters, and they're trying to find any semblance of a hole, and they've still got the ball, executing well. 4, 5, 6 phases. Ams. Now there could be space on the outside. Golden. Allison, one-on-one on the outside with Van Vliet. Van Vliet needs support. Great defense at the back. Diving straight over and not supporting his own weight. The little tap and go. All he has to do is put the ball down. Great cover defense, but Golden gets over. Bree. It looked like rugby in slow motion at one stage. They were playing rugby in a phone booth, just throwing the ball back and forth to each other.
It was truly kind of hot potato there. James just trying to keep the ball alive and not in a breakdown. So much back and forth that, you know, we looked like Northeastern had recovered that ball. But all credit goes to South Carolina here. Unfortunately, Northeastern gets a penalty for diving over, says the ref. And then they go for a quick tap. Great tackle from Northeastern, but of course John Golden there is there to finish it. He's the president and the captain, has been for 2 years on this team, and he rightfully so finishes it off.
His stop play for a moment, but if you look, it's quite contrasting here. You see, when they're attacking, it doesn't look like a lot's going to happen, but they're just building phases, and we talked about this a number of times. If you just keep the ball alive, eventually you're going to suck in enough defenders to get some space on the outside.
Yeah, in a way, it's almost kind of like a Fijian-style rugby where you're just trying to do anything you can to keep it out of the breakdown. And I was actually, you know, I really was impressed with Northeastern's defense earlier when they were, you know, up in kind of the midway part, or midfield, excuse me. But what I really liked is that South Carolina kept patient. They stayed composed, and so even if it didn't look like anything was opening up in front of them, they just kept it alive and was just trying to offload in any which way possible, and credit to them, some good hands to keep it alive and go in for the score.
Attrition will play its part. How difficult is it playing in a tournament that's 1 day, let alone 3 days?
You know, it's weird, especially with the setup for this tournament, to play 1 game today and then have to turn it back off and then be ready to go again tomorrow. But we know how hot, we know how humid it is down there in the Big Easy. And so even if these players feel like 2 minutes isn't enough, they have to trust that the coaching staff is doing all they can to make sure that they are managing the team for the whole weekend.
I would find it difficult. I was always the player that in conditioning would just let off the first 4 or 5 to come home strong when everyone was tired. But here, you have to come out the gate hard. And coming out the gate is what Northeastern is doing right now. Showing good ball movement again. Flat, soft defense from South Carolina. Good cutback on the inside. That's excellent awareness to play that. Uria now back. Here's the danger man, Borrego. To the outside. What's going to happen? Here's the try scorer. Will he get into another? Slipping out of the tackles and using the fend. He will go in again. Sam Moyle.
Hat trick for Sam Moyle on the day, and really he is just reaping the benefits of some really good team play. It all started from earlier. You know, he gets this ball right here from his teammate Nicholas Hudson, and look, he does a great job of escaping that tackle. I don't mean to underestimate his work there, but really just really getting the team work through each of these last few tries. They've really worked it from side to side, some really nice offloads. I really liked what I'm seeing from these Huskies.
Yeah, very slippery, and one player that's really stood out is Alvaro Borrego. He's been instrumental on the inside, and it's that work on the inside, having a playmaker able to show the ball, execute, that gives these guys on the outside space. That's what you want as a winger. Sam Moyle's been the benefactor of a lot of good work on the inside.
And he rightfully so gets a break on the sideline. There's about 2 minutes left to play in the second half, all looking good for the Huskies, except for that restart, and now South Carolina will have a chance to cut down on the scoreline here.
And we saw crazier things earlier. Iowa Central stormed back, scoring 3 tries, and just about got back into this. So anything can happen in the games of 7s. Not when you do that, though. Just running into some solid defense again. Ball out. They've got to try and do something at this stage. Look at the number of players walking for South Carolina. Looks like the conditioning of Northeastern is far better in this game.
Yeah, and they look so compressed, right? And I think part of it is just, as you were saying, might be due to the humid conditions and the fitness. Fortunately, drop ball here now. There's a chase down.
Oh, some soccer skills from Urelia. Is it going to go? Oh, it looked like it slipped out there at the end. Did get taken back in. Good heads-up play. Meanwhile, just taking more time off the clock.
And we see here just trying to get one more pass maybe to himself. Goes to Lafferty instead. Looks like the ref had to talk to his ARs for a moment, and it will be back to Northeastern for the scrum.
It is unacceptable.
I wonder if he deemed that the player had touched that and it was carried back in the contest. I'm not sure what happened there. Regardless, Northeastern with an opportunity to put a real stamp on a good performance so far. Hudson waits the ball at the back, a little messy up. Throws the ball over the top. So they will get the penalty advantage. Quick tap taken. Pearl diving towards the line. And referee does award the try, so they will score again. And Northeastern, just a little bit more execution, pace. They've shown it, and they put in a very good performance on day 1.
3 minutes into the game, just really upped the intensity. And South Carolina just not able to match it. Good all-around team effort. Of course, Sam Moyle comes away with the hat trick. And then we got one more score to end the game there. but just able to up the intensity and keep the energy sustained throughout the match.
Conversion attempt unsuccessful, so Northeastern University 29 points to 7 over the University of South Carolina. We'll be right back.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions, just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
CBD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's go!
You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
The U.S. Rugby Foundation's mission is to grow the game of rugby in America by providing grants to support youth development, health and safety, coaching, refereeing, and pathways to future excellence. To show your support, visit usrugbyfoundation.org and don't forget to donate. Welcome back to May Madness Collegiate Rugby Championships, brought to you by National Collegiate Rugby here at the Shrine on Airline. You see the Rams of Fordham taking the field, along with Penn State, the Nittany Lions in blue and white there. Big matchup. These teams know each other. John Broker with Olympic captain Abby Gustaitis. Abby, lots of fun coming up in this game.
Definitely a match worth watching. You have Penn State, such a strong program historically, especially the women's side, always super competitive. And now the men up and coming, led by Coach Justin Hundley. He's really done a lot for this program. And then you have Fordham University, Ben Foden, the Englishman, helping out the coaching.
Ben Foden coaching there with Federico Reinhardt doing a great job for the Fordham Rams. You see Penn State that's going to be in blue, and in the maroon are the Fordham Rams. Good game coming up. Referee is Kyle Van Deventer with Cisco Lopez and Michael Vermack joining him on the sidelines. We're at the 22, fielded by Fordham. Andrew White brings that one down. Some electric players on this Fordham team. This should be interesting. Penn State, very disciplined, very athletic. Contrast of styles in a way here. We'll see how it goes as Rowdy Bush gets a hold of it. Across to the wing they go. Justin Pip Hundley, sevens. Elite level player himself. Fordham battling at the breakdown here. Player on Penn State won't release it. It's going to be a penalty to the Rams.
Rams getting that ball back after a great defensive set, just able to maintain their connection, eventually earning that turnover. And now let's see them attack, getting out of their own half.
Player coming around the back, a couple of dummy runners coming in, leave him a little bit isolated, but not rolling away from the tackle. Referee Van Deventer says, and away come the Rams. Rams kick ahead, a tactic not always seen in sevens, but bounces right up for Ray Miranda. And Ray Miranda, the senior from Buffalo, New York, touches down first 5 points to the Fordham Rams.
A beautiful touch of the ball from Miranda. It was that sit-up defense shown by Penn State. Miranda, quick tap after the penalty. He sees that green grass behind, no sweeper infield, and he gets that beautiful bounce right to his hands, dives in to open up the scoring in this match.
Kick to come for the Rams. That one is good. 7-0. Fordham is in the lead here. Just under 2 minutes gone in this pool round 1 for the men. Single elimination here. We've saying all day you have to win every game to win this tournament, so somebody's going to go undefeated.
Penn State careful with their penalties. They gifted that ball back to Fordham, and then they were able to capitalize after being forced to go back 10 for Penn State.
Nice high kick from Fordham, knocked on by Penn State, taken down by McBriarty. Nice steps coming in here from the Rams. Tackle comes in eventually. Francisco Ligori taken to ground. There's the try score, sinks that one back in. Nice move into Tierney. Eamon Tierney takes it to ground. A penalty against the Rams that time for not releasing that ball, and here come the Nittany Lions. Nittany Lions across halfway. Same thing, no sweeper in behind. Clear run to the line for Penn State. And Penn State, through Brian Stella, a chance to tie it up here.
That all came from that defensive effort from Penn State. Fordham looked as good as in. They did a little drag and a switch, and then that ball eventually comes back to Stella as you see him glide in. However, it was that transition attack. Defense is all up in the line because they were just attacking, and then once you get through that half gap, then it is a clear shot to the try zone, and Penn State are right back in this, tying the match up 7-7.
Penn State ties it up. Stella from the Doylestown program. We have been mentioning that program all day long here. Day one, the CRCs on the stadium field here. Doylestown products lighting it up for life, for Dartmouth, for Penn State. Great program, great players. Yeah, a little collision, but referee Lopez spots it. Gonna have a line out here for the Fordham Rams. Shot of Campbell Halloran, 15's captain wearing number 3 there for Penn State. Fairfield Prep product.
And good contest there in the air. Penn State just not able to bat it back to a teammate, so it went into touch. Fordham line out as they maintain that ball off the top, even though a little messy, they're on the front foot.
Fordham, most of their players off to this right-hand side. Kick one in behind again. Dalton Musselman back on it. Musselman, junior from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Waiting for his team support to get there. Moving it across the field, looking for that outside channel, and it opens up. Just a little high stepping to get through, and that's Jesse Capriati, one man to beat. Capriati is going to beat that man and head towards the center. And Jesse Capriati, the senior from New Hope, Pennsylvania, another Doylestown product, touches down a try for the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Fordham, interesting decision to kick again. I know it worked the first time. However, Penn State had 2 players back. The space was not in behind. They kicked the ball away. Musselman did such a great job to field that ball and just wait for his team to align. And then it was that man right there, Capriati, who did the hard yards and just ran past the entire defensive line from Fordham.
Penn State hits conversion. They're up 14-7 over the Rams. Minute and a half to go in this first stanza.
And remember, in sevens, when you score, you kick off again. So that is Musselman looking to restart this scene if Penn State can gain it back after he hangs a high hanging ball.
Fordham comes down with it, have a knock-on advantage. That'll go quickly once they move this ball in the middle of the field. Out to the wing. foot race on. That touchline is going to close it out. Big hit comes in from Ian Rowdy Bush. Able to maintain the ball are the Fordham Rams. Deeper into their own zone. Penn State defense working across. They have two defenders closing this player down. Eamon Tierney is tackled. Coming back across the width of the field, trying to tire out this Penn State defense, but a little miscue there, and they have to work their way back to the sideline. Now they're going to come out to this left wing, just dragging those Penn State defenders across. Good work by Capriati to shut that down. Footwork in the midfield. The referee is going to whistle us here for an offside against Penn State. Fordham a chance to rethink their tactics.
And look at those tired bodies out there. Fordham is in no hurry, even though it is their penalty that they were awarded. Penn State did so well to contain them on defense. However, last opportunity going into the half. See if Fordham can bring themselves back to tie this matchup.
No counter ruck there. There would have been an opportunity for it. Little gap through the middle. Fordham's looking for it. Going to be able to recycle this ball. Skip pass out to the width. Well covered by this big defense. Huge hit from Rowdy Bush. Ball hits the deck. Lag and the defense opens up. Another little kick ahead for Fordham. The foot race is on. Ball sits up. Kicked by the Penn State player, but smart play. That'll put us in the halftime. 14-7, the Nittany Lions over the Rams. End of the first half here on the Rugby Network. This is Made Madness. We'll be back with the second half after this.
American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
Most electric sport in America with Premier Rugby Sevens, America's first professional women's and men's Rugby Sevens League. Visit pr7s.com for tickets and information. Welcome back to the Shrine on Airline. It's Made Madness 2022. CRC Sevens here. We have Penn State leading Fordham 14-7. 7 minutes to go. A lot in it. Abby, Fordham just one try behind. Ben Foden having some words at halftime. What do you think?
Fordham opened up this match strong. However, they weren't able to back it up. Penn State got right back into this match. Penn State looked really well-oiled and conditioned. Fordham trying some one-offs, a lot of kicking. However, they need to interject pace. They need to be an attacking unit in order to come out of this match with a win.
Rowdy Bush passes it to a waiting Fordham player. Penalty, Fordham. Opportunity to narrow the lead here inside the Penn State half. Fordham barrel their way towards the 22, not held, eventually taken down by two of the Nittany Lions. Moves the ball away, does Iona. Ball hits the deck, bobbles around. Penn State comes up with it. Try scorer Brian Stella offloads that ball to Campbell Halloran. Campbell Halloran passes the ball over. A little tip, but it makes it mark. We have a foot race on here, and it's going to be won by the Nittany Lions. Nittany Lions through Capriati. That's his second.
Penn State doing so well to score off transitions. That is their second try in a row that's off transition. So a little bobbled ball. You see Fordham just jumping up for that intercept. They just need to stay connected. Focus on the ball and the player, not reaching for that high ball, getting out of the line. Then you're forcing a disconnected scramble D. And Capriotti, he has the wheels to go all the way.
Capriotti, one of the seniors on this team. That one's converted 21-7. Minute and a half gone in this second half. Plenty of time for Fordham, but they're going to need to make something work here.
Penn State's defense is looking so strong. They're able to shut Fordham down. That's why Fordham's feeling pressure to kick the ball and try these different loads or force passes. But Penn State looked very composed, and if they maintain this defensive pressure, I think they'll be able to capitalize on some errors and finish this game strong.
Penn State gets us underway again. No one comes down with that one. Fordham eventually off the bounce does. Fordham through Sabelli. Sabelli moves it out into the middle of the field. Quickly in comes their support. Little step, little handoff. Miranda. Not releasing there by the Nittany Lions. Gonna be a penalty for the Rams. Ray Miranda.
Potentially a lifeline here for Fordham. Penn State have to get back 10. A good attacking opportunity for them, seeing if they can get on the front foot, build some momentum, and march their way down the pitch.
Penalty on Rowdy Bush there. I thought he got pushed back into the contact area by a Fordham player, but referee says not rolling away, and referee Van de Venter gets to make the call, not me, so off we go. That's Pelayo Rodriguez San Pedro taking that one in from Madrid, Spain. Fordham, little bobble. That one did indeed go forward. Good work, couple of phases through there just to let the ball slip through the hands of Iona. It's gonna be a scrum here for Penn State.
Fordham look like they're starting to feel the pressure of this single elimination match. They know they're down 2 converted tries. The clock is ticking away. We have just under 4 minutes left in this match. Penn State ball again. They've been super threatening. See if they can score off this set piece.
In from the tight head side, but ball comes out for the Nittany Lions. Little dummy show across the field. Runner running on the angle. Fordham defense lets everybody know what they think of that. But they are away, and that is Dalton Musselman. Musselman launches one back there to Stella. Stella, the Doylestown product. Couple of steps, gets it to Stephen Hoey. Across the field to Bumbernick. Big collision on that right-hand side. Coming back across, Hoey once again in that first receiver slot. Now it's the Nittany Lions drawing that defense across.
Penn State just getting a little too close to the defensive line before they make that decision. That's why these balls are spilling out. They're seeing the gaps, but they're not accelerating until now. Number 9, does he have the pace? He does not. He's tackled well, but not held, says the referee, so it is play on. Hoey should have sent that ball. He instead chooses to dummy, and it is well read, not deceived whatsoever by Fordham, and it is their ball. Huge turnover, absolute lifeline. If Penn State scored there, I believe it would be game over.
It was Charlie Overton, the big lock in 15s from Staples High School in Westport, Connecticut. Made the initial run and then just couldn't quite handle it. Fordham decides to run from inside their own zone. Right under the sticks, a fairly isolated player and a big unit in Fox Fay. Gets away the one-handed offload. Halloran in to make the tackles, ends up pushing the player back inside. Penn State at the 22, pressure defense coming on. Well, their women's pressure defense earlier today just kept the team captive in their 22 for most of the game. Able to break across it is Fordham. Fordham looking for some points here. Minute 20 to go in the game. Hit comes in eventually on Ray Miranda. Penn State up and away with it through Stella, but referee says playing the ball on the ground is going to move the players back 10. Somebody must have wised off to the referee. Not a good choice.
Definitely never talk back to the ref. They're in control of this match. They have the whistle. But Musselman, what great defensive effort there. Now Penn State just looking a little disconnected. They need to just apply pressure, but Fordham look exhausted. They're not reloading. They're super static. You can tell the fatigue is setting in this last minute of the game. It'll be just for pride if they can get into the tri-zone one more time.
There's Fox Fay, the big unit. He plays for Fordham's football team as well. Situate, Massachusetts native, but holding it in that time. Penn State, with 25 seconds left, has a penalty. I'm sure they will take their sweet time about this, because they would love to get out of this New Orleans heat for a little bit.
They got the job done. Probably try and slow it down. They know that they have the victory as they're going to go into the quarterfinal matchup after this one.
Killing some time here. A little offload, doesn't go to hand. Move that ball out through Musselman. Musselman gets it to the wing. There's Stella. Stella's not done. Brian Stella is going to have the final say as he heads towards the line. Ball in hand, the senior. NCR All-American 15-player touches down, and he's gassed, but he's getting the tri-zone again.
And that is Sevens rugby right there in a photo. Absolutely exhausting stuff, but well done to Penn State. Their defense was so strong, their transition play, and then they're able to attack and put tries in. That footwork from Stella, really strong. They will be a threatening team tomorrow. They've put their hands up that they are here to play.
Great mustache game going too from that Stella fella right there. And he puts the end of it. We're gonna come back in just a minute. It is going to be Wheeling University versus Harvard. Back with that in just a second.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions, just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Let's go!
You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, beautiful city playing host to the Collegiate Rugby Championships at the Gold Mine on Airline. What a city, what an event, what a weekend. We are here at May Madness. John Broker with Brianna Kim bringing you Harvard. The Crimson versus the Cardinals of Wheeling University. Exciting matchup on hand, contrasting styles. Should be a great one, great players across the board. Brianna Kim, Thoughts leading in?
Oh, I'm super excited for this match, John. It should be very entertaining. Wheeling's got a lot of strong, very exciting players from all over the world. Harvard, the 2022 season marks this program's 150th anniversary. This is the oldest rugby club in North America. Some exciting stuff and definitely a milestone to celebrate.
Should be a good anniversary for them. And in black is going to be Harvard with the crimson there. Pretty easy to tell which team is which. One's got a big cardinal on the front, the other a big H. We are running right left on your screen from Harvard. They get us underway. Referee for this is Jared Ford, joined by James Acker and Amanda Cross as the assistant referees. In their own zone are the Cardinals of Wheeling University. Good international flavor to this team. We'll talk about it in a bit. That's one of them there. Ayub Jolly has played sevens for Morocco. Across the field they come. They step up the middle. Big break immediately from Michael Mulea, and Michael Mulea is on the run. Mulea, the sophomore from Zimbabwe, is going to pass that whitewash under the sticks for our first 5 points.
And from the get-go, we see Wheeling just really trying to test Harvard from the start. You see here that Mulea decides he's going to test them right up the middle, and Harvard not able to respond. Both defensive men missing their tackles, and Mulea being able to break free. As you said, Zimbabwe U18 and U20, also an NCR All-Star this year. He's played every single position on the pitch in his career.
Keep an eye on Mulea, fantastic player, sophomore playing for Mike Geibel's team. Mike Geibel building a wonderful program there in West Virginia. Something to be very proud of. Ball high in the sun. You can see the Harvard players having to cover their eyes to get a look at that. Ball up into the hands of Santos. Santos, a vaunted sevens player himself. Harvard moves it back across, looking for a gap in that defense. Instead, they find a couple of players, and Mulea was in there trying to rip that one away. Bobbled ball comes back. Harvard finds a little gap on the outside for Federico Rallo. Rallo's got a couple of people to beat. Rallo held around the ankles by Chief Chipfumbu. Haven't seen him in flight today. 2 players in. Penalty for not rolling away against this Wheeling University team. Referee's going to bring it back. He wants it from the mark here.
Nice break from Royo there, and really good support and work on the ground to get that extra meter. And here they get the quick tap, see what they can do with it. He's going to send it out wide here.
Long one from Santos out there to Monaco. Monaco gets the support he's looking for. Ball skips back across the ground into the middle of the field. Big hit comes in from the Cardinals. Ball slips over one of the Crimson's heads. They're back at their 40. Just going into contact. Wheeling committing a couple of players to this counter ruck on occasion, trying to poach that ball. Here comes Ryan Santos. Ryan Santos chips one over. Ryan Santos and Chief Chipfumbu in a little wrestle for the ball, and Ryan Santos is going to touch that one down for the Harvard Crimson. Santos, the junior from Manila in the Philippines, gets 5 points on the board for Harvard.
John, already in these first 3 minutes, Santos has been all over the pitch. He's the current team captain. He's also the youngest and longest, most tenured team captain in the program's 150-year history. This guy has so much experience. We talked about how he's a U23 Sevens All-American. He made first team All-Ivy Sevens. And of course, he's part of the New England Free Jacks Academy up there in Boston. And just really great awareness. Seeing that Wheeling defense is up. There's no sweeper. A little chip kick. Still has to do a little work past Chipfumbu and gets the reward.
He's 6'5", 228 in that playmaker spot going against Chipfumbu, 5'8", 150. Bit of a size difference there. Here we see Chipfumbu come down with the ball. Chipfumbu moves it off to the left-hand side, wraps around, gets the ball back in his hands. He's got speed, and he is a devious runner, but offloads that one. Good pass out there for Wheeling. That's Jose Oltra. Oltra, one of the foreign-born players, Valencia, Spain native, touches down. Another try for the Cardinals.
And Wheeling responds immediately. Take a look here, just really nice ball movement and just the presence of mind of the ball carrier to take a little step to manipulate just that space in the defense. It only takes a half step sometimes to really commit the defense's hips, and that's exactly what sent his teammate through.
And I've seen Chifubu play a bit here. Watch his awareness with the ball in hand. He knows where his players aren't around him. He's got lots of skills to get those balls in their hands. Does a very good job there, and that one converted. 14-7, Wheeling over the Harvard Crimson as we hit the 5-minute mark in this first half. Here at the Gold Mine on Airline. High hanging kick from the Wheeling Cardinals. Bouncing around a bit, comes down to the Crimson. Not released by Harvard. Penalty for Wheeling University.
And Carmazondo is right there for the Jackal. They have been very aggressive in the breakdown, not yet really reaping the benefits until just that moment there, and here we go again.
That's that man, Chipfumbu, just a couple little steps there, freezes the defense, and he is through. Keep an eye on this young man. And he's taking his time about getting this ball to the ground. Smart play on his part, waiting for a defender to come around, and another 5 points for Wheeling.
And just taking advantage of that turnover ball. They get the quick tap, and Chipfumbu so quick with the footwork, the little goose step, and just nothing Harvard can do to respond there. And he's able to dot one down himself after setting up the first one for his teammate.
Such a smart player, gets himself in the right places to be effective, and when he does get to those places, effective he is. Chief Chipfumbu.
And for Harvard to respond, they're going to need to be stronger in the breakdown. That whole try came from late support there. Of course, first they need to win this receipt. Fortunately, they lose the ball there.
On the move again is Wheeling. Wheeling coming across in the middle of the field to Gianni. Gianni trying to split a couple of defenders. Well handled. Ultra moves it out there to Carmazondo. Carmazondo has to put that one back to Chipfumbu, doing the hard work to get in there and keep that one clean. Gianni spots a little room in behind. Ball's bouncing inside the 22. Who's going to come up with this? It's going to be Connor Burns. Connor Burns looks wide. Whistle goes for the end of the game. Harvard, last gasp here for the first half. Down a couple of tries, could use these points before going in. Little offload from Santos. Foot race is on. Arroyo taken down by Chipfumbu. Chipfumbu holds him, but able to get that pass away. Knock on comes in from Harvard. That's the end of our first half. 21-7. Wheeling leads. We're going to be back with second half action in just a moment.
Play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions, just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
Welcome back to the Gold Mine on Airline. Second half action to come. Wheeling University leads Harvard 21-7. Wheeling to kick off. John Broker here with Brianna Kim. Brianna, Harvard a bit of work to do in the second half.
Yeah, very entertaining, competitive first half from both teams. But if Harvard wants to cut down on the lead and wants the chance to win this match, they need to have stronger support in the breakdown, and they need to have closer support lines to those line breaks to be able to get something going here in the second half.
Joseph I wearing number 12 in the game here for Wheeling. Wheeling up 2 converted tries. Sun starting to wreak a little havoc with some of these teams. Does so with a Harvard player. You could see him just trying to find that ball in this New Orleans late afternoon.
Yeah, it looked like Burns was squinting into the sun there, and not how Harvard wants to start. So we'll see a scrum to Wheeling, and Harvard's going to have to step it up in the scrum and on this defense if they want to turn over the ball quickly.
Mohamed Hadar, another Moroccan sevens player, to put this one in. Hadar moves that ball. Set move coming here, looking for Chipfumbu. Does he find him? Little knock on comes in. Ball just went in just behind him. Give me a scrum here to Harvard inside their own 22.
Yeah, Wheeling trying a tricky little set piece move off the scrum. Had 2 runners going the outside with the wing cutting back in, and unfortunately the timing just wasn't there. Harvard will be fortunate to get this ball back and try and work it out of their 22.
Harvard finds Santos. Santos inside the 22, puts one forward with the boot. Trying to get a foot race on here. Ball knocked forward by a Harvard Crimson player. The referee on the spot, so it must have been kicked forward by the Harvard player. Must have missed that from here. Across they come. Chipfumbu getting himself back on side. Harvard looking for a runner out wide. Ball hits the deck. Wheeling resetting their defense here. Gilbertson gets taken down for Harvard. Ball in the hands of Robbie Owen. Owen moves the ball. Going to come back for a penalty for not rolling away against Wheeling.
And Harvard, another opportunity here, but with that line break, you saw how many Wheeling defenders got back. It was a 4-on-2. Harvard support just a little bit too slow. They need to be closer to the ball carrier, to the threat, if they want to up the pace to catch Wheeling on the back foot.
Big tackle comes in. Joseph I. Into counter ruck. Harvard comes up with the ball. They're getting an advantage from the referee there. They're just going to bash their way forward. Chipfumbu comes in to make that tackle. Santos looks around, trying to decide what to do with that ball. Another big counter ruck comes in from I. That was Karamazando, pardon me. The run comes in. Santos gets it to Chipfumbu. The referee blows a whistle. We're going to come back.
Again, that time in the Harvard breakdown, they had a strong support in the ruck, but they didn't have a scrum half there immediately. Wheeling and putting the pressure on, trying to get Harvard to respond. Fortunately, there was an infringement there, so we'll go back for a Harvard penalty, but need a little bit more momentum to sustain their attack. They're getting some lucky breaks here with Wheeling committing some penalties.
Santos moves it out to the wing. Well defended. Gianni comes in for that one. Gianni from Durban, South Africa, playing at Wheeling. Pressure at defense coming on. Harvard steadily moving in the wrong direction at the moment, looking for somebody to straighten that one up. Pass doesn't come around to hand, into the hands of Roquero. Roquero moves it back across to Santos. Santos. Okay, Harvard needs to get going forward here, and does right now. Hadar comes in to make that tackle. Big pressure coming in from this Wheeling team, but penalty against Wheeling. Santos is going to go quick here. Referee's going to bring it back, however. Didn't take it correctly from the mark. Referee Ford.
You know, and probably good for them on that, because if you look, Santos carried the ball and 3 of his teammates were behind him, but they were very disorganized. Wheeling already set back, not sure how much territory they would have had to gain here. I like this kick downfield. Let your team catch a little bit of a breath. Let's reset and gain some territory as well. Santos really trying to get his team up and going. He's the leader on the field, really bringing up the energy levels, trying to bring up the intensity as they go into this line out.
Harvard, ball up. They're going to come back down with it. Goes to Santos. Santos wraps back around. Set move here, looking to get the ball to the wing. Don't have a numerical advantage out there. Coming back across is Federico Royo. 2 minutes to go in the game. Ball out to the wing for Harvard. Hadar comes in. Wheeling back across the field. Caro has this one. Santos. 3 players coming after him. Just lobs the ball back over his head. Gets chipped forward by a Wheeling player. Wheeling, the foot race is on. Player pushed from Harvard. Thought that might have been a penalty. Referee may or may not agree with me.
Penalty on Harvard.
Looks like he does agree with you, John.
It's a bit of desperation there from Harvard.
And that was number 7, Wheeling, Taurine, who came in for the chase and put that pressure on Harvard for them to make that mistake, and now they'll take the quick tap.
Set play coming around. Good footwork coming in from Joseph I. I gets back up. No one in front of him. No defense there from Harvard. 50 seconds to go in the game. Joseph I gets 5 points.
And Harvard just not having any answers there, and Wheeling just staying strong, keeping it simple, and just picking up that ball off the ruck and taking it home. It looks like Santos might have been down for a little bit.
I slots that one. Another Harvard player slow to get up.
6-7.
Harvard pushed by Carey Llewellyn. You see the big contact come in there. Is no shrinking violet.
And I just gets his body position really low to counter Robbie Owen's body position. Unfortunately, Owen just unlucky in receiving that tackle there. It looks like he will be all right. But just really, I mean, when you are facing that physicality, that is hard to stop.
Joseph I is a physical player. Robbie Owen from London, went to Eton College, studying computational neuroscience at Harvard.
Pretty easy major, John, I'd say.
I know what both of those words mean individually. Not sure what it is overall. Harvard, really a brilliant crew there. Joseph I. Ball hanging up there over the 14-minute mark. Haven't heard the buzzer go yet. Harvard, last gasp here, see what they can do. Ball goes back, nearly doesn't go to hand. Looking to make the final break here are the Crimson. Still working hard for Mike Geibel are these Wheeling University Cardinals. Penalty against Harvard. Opportunity here to just toe it and put it in a touch. Or do they want to have one final play? See what this Wheeling team is here to do. They are through to the next round, one way or the other. They're going to have a run. Gianni has a runner coming through, and splitting the line there is Alec Thomas. Alec Thomas gets the ball down. Gianni looking for it. Harvard gets penalized for diving right in there. Gianni's going to take a hold of it, show one way, go the other, and Gianni is going to touch down for our final try of this match. Wheeling runs away with it. They're at 33-7 over Harvard. Minute into extra time. That should be it after this kick for this game. Take a look at Wheeling. Maddox coming onto the field here. Coming up to this, we're going to have St Bonaventure, National Collegiate Rugby's Division I 15s champion, taking on LSU, a number 2 versus number 7 matchup. And then we're going to round out our day with the Lindenwood Lions taking on James Madison. Stay tuned for those two. Players just coming off the field for Wheeling there. Hold on while they attend to this player.
Unfortunately, he just got sandwiched right right between the try-score and the post pad there. As you can see right here, just right in between Gianni and the post pad, that can't feel good on your back.
Just the unlucky injury. Thank God for that padding. Don't make me give you a back in my day when they didn't have padding on the posts.
And Wheeling will look on as they take on the winner of the next match. As you mentioned, John, next match is St Bonaventure versus LSU.
Local LSU.
Wheeling should be pretty proud of their performance there, and will certainly be looking on to see what tactics they should be playing for the first match tomorrow.
Said keep an eye on Chief Chifumbu. He hasn't even gotten into full flight yet. He is a lot of fun to have in this tournament. And not just because I like saying his name. Harvard player. Gonna come off the field. We'll hope that he's okay. Director of Rugby Mike Diamond Topless will be watching on. That one is through. Wheeling wins over Harvard. We're gonna come back with that next matchup. St Bonaventure with LSU. Stay with us here. May Madness.
CBD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
Let's go. You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
Welcome back as we enter the last two matches of round one. LSU, the host team, taking on St Bonaventure University. Of course, the winner of this match will play Wheeling tomorrow. St Bonaventure competed in CRCs once before in 2019. LSU last played here in 2011. St Bonaventure, James, of course, is coached by Tui Osborne, a legend. What do you think he has up his sleeve?
There's a lot of creativity in that mind, and you'll see it embodied in his team's performance on the field. Expect them to play fast, but they play smart in the past. Of course, this year, great success for them. Division I AA, 15 champions. I'm really looking forward to it. I've put an asterisk next to this side as a side I think can push forward in the tournament.
Yeah, we're really excited to see what they have up their sleeves here. This match will be reffed by Elena Gregory in the middle, LSU on the right wearing the purple and white stripes, and on your left you have St Bonaventure. As we kick off, and a rough tackle there. The Bonnies able to recover, but penalty there goes to LSU. As we get the quick tap underway. LSU just trying to take it up the field at the moment. Vallejos picks and goes. Not releasing, penalty, and St Bonaventure is on the attack very quickly. Ball has hit the deck, but plenty of time to get reorganized for Keelan Coyle. Coyle sends the ball out to Chura as they reset and listen for their teammates' comms. Looking a little bit shaky to start here. But Steffens has the ball, spots a gap, starts to break through. Looking for his support as he starts to run towards the sideline. Ricky Rose offloads back in. A nice offload to Vianney here. Vianney takes it up the gut. The Bonnies retain control, trying to take advantage of this LSU defense. It's a 2-on-2 here. Coyle pops it up. And the referee, Gregory, likes what she sees. And Horrigan with the try to start, James.
Wasn't held there. I think we all held our breath to see. Was he held in the tackle? Was it a double movement? No, slipped out of the tackle. But again, it was just good ball movement from them, and they did a really good job. And you saw earlier on, it came from a steal from Lorenzo Vigliani, that American U18 player, as we see the finish. Just really nice execution. And one thing you'll see from this side is there's a lot of support players. You watch a lot of teams, you see a lot of lone breaks. With St Bonaventure, there's 4 or 5 players supporting them the whole time.
And throughout the day, we've seen the teams who are successful have that strong, consistent support. So we'll look to see if the Bonnies maintain that throughout the game. Conversion is good. The Bonnies up 7-0 as they look to restart here. Looks like Alton Horrigan will be taking this kick to restart out of the UK. High and 10. Looks like it goes 10, and they are able to recover that ball. Horrigan again, taking it up. Nice little grubber through. Perhaps a little bit too much.
What about the vision there? You saw, and the call came from the outside. If you watch it, it was a great piece of play. Notice the sweeper wasn't in position. If that stayed in, it was trouble all day long.
Absolutely, and even though the ball gets turned over to LSU, they're pinned back in their 5. They've got to match the pressure that the Bonnies have now put on them. It's a line out here. Look to see what LSU does. Unforced error, bad throw here. And referee Gregory will blow it up. Looks like, unfortunately, a knock. Bonnies had recovered it initially, but it will be a scrum to LSU. LSU will be feeling very fortunate to come out of that with the ball still in their possession.
I don't think Ricky Rose could have had any easier of a chance to score a try there. Ball just comes off the overthrow. But again, lots of pressure in the situation. You have to attack from in your own goal.
Rose maybe just getting a little bit too excited. Couldn't believe the opportunity he had in front of him. As they go down first scrum, first test for these forwards in this match. Issues with the scrum as Gregory blows it up again, has a chat with the forwards. And offsides on the scrum half, so LSU will get away with the quick tap as they look to send it out to their backs. And streaking for the other sideline. Still on his feet. Quick little offload. Unfortunately there. Ben Corvers was not onside. Forward pass. So here we go, turning it over again to the Bonnies.
It's very impressive to watch this Bonnies defensive line. It looked like he had lots of time and space there, but he actually didn't because they were holding together and they're doing what you say is corner flagging. So what's that mean? When you're beaten on the outside, you connect with your teammates and you work towards the sideline, use the sideline as your defender. It looked like they were making a break, but in reality, all the control was with the Bonnies.
Absolutely, just composure there from St Bonaventure as they look to work off of this scrum here. Getting massive go forward here. As Villani sets up his teammate, Otinaru, looking to center the try here. Sorry, that is Villani here. Oh, brothers.
Yeah, we got 2 of them, Lorenzo and Sebastiano.
Sebastiano sets up his brother Lorenzo for the try. How about that, James? Our parents are probably pretty pleased to see that.
I mean, it's amazing. You see so many pairs of brothers here. I guess, you know, if you've got a brother, you're going to have to play together, especially in the sport.
Absolutely. You get one person in the family hooked, how are you not going to get the rest of the family to play?
I mean, it's not often you get your dad to play tackling practice with you, or at least you're too scared to for a number of years.
And the Villani brothers from Parma, Italy, originally, both of them having All-American experience playing with the U18s. Again, just Sebastiano noticing the short side overload, setting up his brother to score. And they just, James, they look so calm and composed right now. I mean, they've got the energy and the intensity and the speed, but they look like they're just taking their time as they do it.
Yeah, they're well-rehearsed, well-coached. And another facet of the game for them is the pressure they put at the kickoffs is unbelievable.
And LSU able to come away with it. Though I think I've spoken too soon here. Not releasing. Oh, nope, the ball stays with LSU. They quick tap and they look to go down the left side here, looking for a break, looking for an offload. Unfortunately, offloaded to the wrong team as the Bonnies recover the ball. And again, look to stretch the field here. Horgan brings it back in, looks for his teammate who maybe wasn't quite expecting the ball. And Chura now having a go and sees Lorenzo in support. Lorenzo trying to outrun LSU, and he does so, getting ready to dot down his second try of the match in only a matter of minutes.
Again, just comes from pressure. They apply enough pressure, they're able to do things, and even when things are sloppy like here, so it's reset, and at this stage, rather than going to the outside, he knows he's got support on the inside, he cuts back inside, and Villani will go in for his double. But they look like they're well rehearsed. So you can practice all you want, but when you get in a game environment, that's when the chaff comes to the cut, because they're able to just execute with such calmness.
A very diverse team, again, coached by Tui Osborne, but you have players coming from Ireland, India, Scotland, Italy, the UK, not to mention a number of different states here in America. And after 8 minutes, the long first half score going into halftime at 21-0 to the Bonnies. Stay tuned, just a few minutes, and we'll be back with second half action.
Let's go. You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
With James Patterson, we are looking at the matchup in the south of the bracket. LSU, number 7 seed, facing St Bonaventure, the 2nd seed. St Bonaventure having a strong first half. James, what does LSU need to do right off the get-go to have any say in this half?
They need to field this kick. Look at the pressure, and again, perfectly executed.
And unfortunately, they don't do so. Again, like you said, perfectly executed by the Bonnies. And Villani still on his feet and offloads it to Carson Cross, who dots it down for a quick try in the second half. Carson Cross, another former U18 All-American. He is a senior at St Bonaventure out of Austin, Texas.
executing the fundamentals. And if you look at most sides, they look at a kickoff as just a reset, but they look at it as an attacking play with a real opportunity to get the ball back. The chase line was perfect, and they're expecting to get the ball back, so they're in position to be able to attack, and that's exactly what we'll see on the replay here.
Looks like conversion was no good there.
And this is the end. This is just good work at the end. Villani just holding the ball up and an easy run-in on the outside by Carson Cross.
And LSU just sliding off these tackles, not able to bring these guys down. Scores 26-0. 1 minute into the second half as the Bonnies look to get another successful restart. And just absolutely beautiful, James. I mean, talk about masterclass of the restart.
I mean, I could just put this on replay and show every team at practice how to do it. They're putting on a masterclass.
And the Bonnies still going here. This time, Horrigan finishes it off. But the man who started it all, Keelan Coyle, who wins the restart. Nice ups. Comes from Derry, Ireland. Played at the U16 to U19 level for Ulster before coming over and playing for St Bonaventure. And of course, it goes through the hands of the Bonnies. Oregon finishing that one out and getting the conversion as well.
You see, this is just the final passages of play. Good interplay. They know exactly where everybody is. Linking, finding support, and an easy try in the corner for Horrigan. It looks like a bit of a training run at the moment, but countless hours have gone into executing at this level, and in this format is so unique. Single elimination. You can't build into tournaments.
And they go again off the bounce this time, but still recovering here. Now, James, this game looks to be secure for the Bonnies here. They've gone high and left every single time. Do you start to try and test the other kicks to kind of practice for the games up ahead, or do you just keep going with what you're doing well?
I mean, I don't have my compass right now, but I wonder if they're kicking where the sun is. Position of the sun. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. You hang a ball with as much hang time as they do. You put it into the sun. The only people that have a chance are the ones that are turning back.
Absolutely great point there. And when a team is up like this with such a big differential, you wonder when you start to see some of the subs come in, when you start to see them kind of try and test out some other pieces maybe they haven't been able to test out yet today in preparation for tomorrow. But firing on all cylinders here as LSU puts the ball in, trying to make something out of this scrum. Too much pressure from St Bonaventure and immediately turns over. Unfortunately, doesn't get the poach here. LSU comes away with the ball. Looking to break the line here. As they spin the ball out, looking to try and take advantage of one of the gaps here. Bonnie's closing in. Penalty on the Bonnies as LSU will quick tap again, look to go left to where their team is. Dangerous, doesn't even look like a wrap there. Quick yellow card shown. Oh, and another dangerous tackle there. That's 2 in a row.
Oh, 2 yellow cards in a row.
That's a record for sure, James.
Within 30 seconds of each other, both for not wrapping in the tackle.
And we see here just a football style going into the shoulder, no attempt to wrap here, and that's dangerous play, immediately blown up by referee Gregory. And now the Bonnies are really trying to challenge themselves with 5 men on the pitch to LSU's 7. You have to hope that LSU's going to get something going now.
Just got to build some phases. You take it 2 phases, and there's only going to be 2 players left on their feet.
And LSU looks to make a break. Again with another high tackle, a seatbelt tackle. Tried to adjust, but unfortunately not quickly enough as LSU carries the ball, looking to take advantage of the numbers. Going back inside, and now going out wide, really working the stiff arm here. And that is number 5, Josh Cheney, looking to put the first points on the board. Freshman Josh Cheney out of Baton Rouge, a local, excited to put the first points on the board for LSU.
And really, actually one of their first chances they've had to attack in the entire game. Because if we go back, as we see the end here, good strong carry, Diego Carrera able to get the ball out, and a nice individual effort by Cheney on the outside to score. But remember, they haven't had the ball. They've been, every time they've received a kick, they've lost possession. So it's really difficult to win any game of rugby with no possession, especially sevens.
You're right. I mean, 40 seconds left in the game, and we really haven't seen them move the ball at all until now. As he attempts the conversion, no good. Score is 33-5, less than 30 seconds to play. LSU still has the 2-man overload. Looking to take advantage of this, see if they can put some more points on the board by recovering this restart. It'll be interesting to see how the Bonnies cover the whole pitch with 5 men.
There's some good face paint on this LSU team. We've seen a lot of the black tar, the football style. It's definitely bleeding with all the humidity out there. We've seen players smack themselves in the face to get fired up, and those that dress up their faces to get fired up.
You can imagine as soon as they put that grease on, it immediately started bleeding down their face in this humidity. And LSU retains the ball. And Bonnie's not really wanting to put too many in the ruck, but instead they do illegally. As LSU will look to get points on the board. Past time, they quick tap. Looks like it will go again. Referee maybe didn't see that. Vallejos takes it up, strong carry into the Bonnies' defense. Fortunately, diving over into the ruck, so the Bonnies recover, and they will just boot that one out to call it a match. And all but waiting the final whistle here. And they didn't quick tap before they kicked it, so they will be taking the line out. And if all goes well with the line out, they will look to boot it out to call it game.
St Bonaventure, though, if you're Tui Osborne right now, you're pretty happy. This is a real statement performance. They executed every aspect of their game perfectly, apart from some ill discipline towards the end of the match. They're going to look very, very strong moving into tomorrow's play.
And referee blows that one up. And it will be a scrum to LSU, giving them one more opportunity to try and put points on the board. 2 minutes past time. You can imagine how exhausted these guys are feeling. And of course, St Bonaventure will go on to play Wheeling tomorrow. Single elimination here. You gotta win every game to get to the top. And another penalty with a game that doesn't seem to end here, James. LSU looks to quick tap, again going through Vallejos. This time Ian Kelly tries his speed. Looks for that ball back inside, unfortunately doesn't quite go to hand. The Bonnies taking it up, trying to secure that ball. And their teammates from the sidelines calling to kick it out, and they do, and that will be time. The Bonnies, 33-5 over LSU. They will face Wheeling tomorrow. And that is it. There's one match left on day one. Stay tuned after we come back from the break. Lindenwood versus JMU.
DVD American Shaman. Find a location near you today.
Let's go. You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
Welcome back to the Collegiate Rugby Championship. May Madness Sevens. Everyone has been waiting all day to see the defending champions, three-time back-to-back defending champions in Lindenwood University. They have an 8-1 sevens record, and James Madison University out of Harrisonburg, Virginia will look to try and put an upset on this team. My name is Bree Kim, and I am joined by analyst John Broker. John, gonna be a very, well, on paper looks to be a lopsided game, but we will see what James Madison can do against Lindenwood.
James and the Dukes always come to play. They're a fun team. They play together. They play together well from a small town. Spend a lot of time together. Lindenwood, the much vaunted program Josh Macy runs, but a never say die addict from James Madison. Big ask, but here we go.
As Lindenwood looks to kick off with a nice high and about 15 immediate pressure on the tackle. JMU trying to get the ball out, immediately swarmed by two Lindenwood players. Gets that ball out. They are in their 22 now. Again, swarmed by two Lindenwood defenders as JMU retains the ball, looking to spin it out to the two guys on the outside, taking the gaps that they see in the middle, but unfortunately lost forward, not protected, as we see Evan Williams come up and strike, probing the JMU dismantled defense and sends it out to Morgan Purcell. Purcell dots it down for the first try, 30 seconds into the match for Lindenwood.
That's what the Dukes have to battle with, is a very poised and very perfection-oriented Lindenwood team. They can move that ball to the wing. They don't pinch in. You saw the defense from the Dukes, James Madison, just creep in a little bit there, and that gave enough room to the Lindenwood Lions to score around the outside.
And Morgan Purcell dotting it down there, half Irish, half Nigerian. Played Connacht U19s, Leinster U18s, played for U18 Ireland as they look to convert that kick. Fortunately, does not connect here as LU goes up 5-0 as Evan Williams looks to restart here. Again, signaling the same kick, looks to go the same way here as Cisco Lopez, our center ref, looks on. And well done by JMU to field that kick. Going for the break, there's three defenders around him, able to offload it to David Fetcho. Fetcho surveys what's in front of him. Gets it down, JMU spins that ball out, and they reset here. Lindenwood defense coming up, very composed, very disciplined. JMU wants to come back against the grain here. That's Alex French coming up and slipping through a couple of defenders, but loses his handling, goes backward. JMU still able to retain, and that pass, unfortunately, goes forward.
Just that one creeps forward. James Madison right there, showing that they can play with these guys, moving the ball, getting a little confidence. The knock-on creeps in, but a good little passage of play there from James Madison. Nearly away for the try, but for a great ankle tackle by Quaiko.
James Madison, coached by Anthony Russomano, a grad student who is the captain of the team and coach. Always hard to be a player coach in this tournament or at any stage of the game. As Lopez looks to give JMU a free kick. Infringement there for Lindenwood. But JMU looks to keep this ball alive here. Looking for their players. Looks for a ball back inside. Nice little gap spotted. Quickly recycled. I like the fast support that JMU has here with their ball carriers. Trying to probe, trying to keep that ball alive as they do so here. Looking for some support as JMU takes it up again. Bobbled, but backwards.
Good work by JMU, just stringing together these phases, staying calm.
really staying composed here, even in the face of immense pressure from Lindenwood. Lindenwood getting so physical in the breakdown, and JMU stepping up to the challenge here. They continue to retain the ball. A JMU player down, but play on as they do, trying to take advantage of what was a 2v1 overload here. Lindenwood does a really good job. Evan Williams on the outside there does a good job using the sideline. That's great defense and just patience and composure as they turn over the ball.
It had to happen sooner or later. Lindenwood takes away that one after a great sustained period of play. And here goes Lindenwood.
And this is Evan Williams going down the dot between the sticks, and this is what Lindenwood does. They will stay so composed on defense and then strike with a hammer to score.
From Bridgend, Wales, I've been there once and I'll leave it at that. Great player, great run, good heads up here. See, he just spots that gap in the line, throws a little dummy, he's through and away.
Beautiful dummy there. Nice big gap for him to take, and with that speed, draws it down, looks to convert his own try, and it is good. Almost 5 minutes into the half. Lindenwood is up 12-0. Really playing some superb, patient defense, looking to turn over this ball in the restart. JMU looking to retain this ball here. JMU just has to keep doing what they're doing, but look for even more breaks and no mistakes.
Knock on there, off the kickoff from Lindenwood. They would have liked to have that back. I'm sure Coach Macy, wants his team to pour it on a little bit more here. They're taking it a little bit lightly. JMU, we've seen them able to keep possession and maintain and move the ball downfield methodically. Great opportunity for them to work from the scrum here.
Yeah, it certainly seems like Lindenwood has had all the momentum, but they're just up 2 tries. That's nothing in the game of sevens. As JMU puts the ball into the scrum, looking for a set piece move. Doesn't quite escape the Lindenwood tackle though, and ball just ricochets off his leg. Unfortunate knock on for JMU.
JMU forcing this Lindenwood team to make some desperation tackles here, just about breaking the line.
JMU putting a dogged fight up. And we see this shot of Alex French here from Annandale, Virginia. Went to Woodson High School. That was actually the high school in my neighborhood, John.
Really?
Small world it is, unfortunately. Not able to retain that, and Lindenwood off to the races again. Looking, some strong hit from JMU. But Lindenwood strong in the breakdown as they maintain possession. They look to try and work down the sideline in the shade here. And just great support as they look to spin it out now. Williams spins it out, great pass. JMU shooter on defense. Gets tied up there. Really trying to turn it over. And there will be a whistle there. Lopez calls off time. Is going to deliberate with their AR here. John, what do you think?
Referee, the AR saw something there, so we're going to see what this discussion is about. Could be a card coming for one of these teams.
Oh, and a card here from Lopez. And now looks like that is number 15, Shivan Dukande. He will take 2 minutes on the sideline as JMU is up. This could be the stroke of luck that they need right now to close out this first half. Ball goes backwards, and Lindenwood, despite 6 men swarming, as JMU looks to try and get out of their own 10. Looking to straight down the sideline, but doesn't trust the speed. Goes back out to the sideline. And it doesn't look like anyone is going to catch him. As he goes in, it looks like that is number 10, David Fetcho. Gets the first points on the board. Senior Fetcho from Baltimore, Maryland, previously played for North Bay Rugby. He's the president of this team. And JMU well-deserved try, taking advantage.
One player up on their own line, playing with fire against a great Lindenwood team. Even though they were up by a player, wasn't sure how that was going to wind up, but good, smart play. Move it out to the wing, and Fecho there gets the final run in. Great work by JMU to end off half.
On a great attempt there, just doesn't quite get it through. As we go into halftime, Lindenwood leading 12-5. As we take a look at some highlights here in just a few moments, we will be back after a short break to take on the second half, ending day one. Back-to-back-to-back champions Lindenwood looking to defend their title against a very strong JMU side. Back after this.
Let's go. You said playtime was over, but it's not over.
At Endicott College, we create global-minded citizens through transformative experiences. With a nationally recognized internship program and a 98% career outcomes rate, experience-powered learning is at the heart of all we do. Find a culture of community and champions just 20 miles north of Boston. Come write your own Endicott story.
Changing the way America views rugby, Next Level Rugby brings you the best in college, high school, and professional rugby. Always innovative, Next Level Rugby is taking rugby to the next level.
Last 7 minutes of day one as we return from Maid Madness Sevens. Lindenwood up 12-5 on James Madison. And John, perhaps not the scoreline that we expected to see, but a very exciting, entertaining match ahead.
Exciting entertainment. 7 minutes to go here. JMU gaining in confidence every step of the way. I'm sure Josh Macy had some words for his charges. Lindenwood needs to come out with a little fire and make a statement.
And Lindenwood still playing with just 6 men. Still some time to burn off the clock before they reach full strength. That doesn't stop Quaiko from taking some go forward here as JMU really feisty on defense, hoping to stop this Lindenwood attack. Lindenwood just so lethal and very clinical in their skills. Single elimination in this tournament, so every moment matters as we see Evan Williams again take a break down the sideline, and in support we have John Stewart finishing it off. And that's exactly how they want to respond. John Stewart, they call him Flex on this team. Dots it down.
Flex, a senior from St. Louis, right near St. Charles, but this is Evan Williams all the way. Just sees that corner, gets by the JMU defender, draws in the sweeper, and Stewart on the inside to receive the pass. He just walks it in.
And conversion is good. Coach Josh Macy will be very happy with this response. Score is now 19-5. Lindenwood looks to restart here. Really impressed with how Evan Williams has played so far today, John.
Very good player, the young Welshman, dealing with this early evening Louisiana heat and humidity.
If you're looking for some entertainment, check out at Rugby Nudge on TikTok. That is Evan Williams' content. He creates rugby content, very excited to do so, so check him out on social media. That is at Rugby Nudge as they look to get underway again and win their own restart. And it goes back out to Denver. Denver getting that go forward despite good contact from JMU. As Purcell handles that easily and gets out of that tackle. He says, "You're not taking me down."
Purcell, 6'4", 220. He had no bones about taking that one there.
And
he knew he could finish.
Don't know if that was dotted down. Lopez is checking with his AR. No try. Oh, Purcell not happy with that one. Looks like there will be some subs. But as we get this replay here, John, what do we see?
Purcell comes in. He's got one man to beat, headed towards the try line, and just knocks that on as he's going in. Good eye from the assistant referee to see that just fall out of his hand. I think he knew it right there.
And great chase from Ben Carroll to put that pressure on. As they save, they're only down 14 here. It's 2 converted tries. As Carroll spins that one out. JMU looking to run it up the gut to try and get some territory, but unfortunately turned over here. And Purcell looking for those points himself, trying to redeem himself. He had a teammate in support, but wanted it back.
Saw him tuck that ball. You can see from the look on his face. He said, not this time. I'm touching this one down. It's going to be good. Purcell gets the 5 points and a little dose of water on the neck to cool him down.
And here it looks like Lindenwood just able to tie up that ball and knock it back to Purcell.
Lindenwood playing in some of this game really tight. You know, there were 4 attackers there within a 5-meter, 8-meter space. Not typical. Normally you're going to see the width of the field getting used, but they're playing a little bit tight. Seen some interesting plays for him in that respect.
Conversion no good there. Score remains 24-5 in favor of Lindenwood. Impressed with how the tacklers from Lindenwood hit the ground and how quickly they get back up to get involved. They call it get big, get back into the game. And that's what sets them apart. As they look for another restart. And this is another thing that sets them apart. Their restarts, so clinical. And this is how they maintain possession. JMU wants to get something going, but they are just starved of possession at the moment. As we see some hot stepping here from Stephen Alberts. Unfortunately, Stewart won't get to dot that one down.
Duconde just tried to pass that one on to him and wound up going forward. So a try not coming for the Lions at this point.
Fortunate there. We got 3 minutes left to play in this match.
In our day.
And 3 minutes is a long time in sevens, John, as Carroll looks to put this one in for the JMU scrum. Carroll gets that ball out. Looking for a switch back inside and then a pass back to the outside. Some changes of direction here as they look to try and stretch it, but don't want to get too isolated against this Lindenwood defense. And Kyle Liebenberg just driving them back. JMU trying to figure out how to get out. They want to get some go for it, as you see there. Lindenwood very strong. And trying for the kick. Friends trying for the kick there and just doesn't execute very well.
A little bit of messy play there from both teams. They're going to come back for a line out as time wears on here. I think this heat is starting to get to these teams late in the game. Lindenwood thinking about tomorrow. James Madison thinking about what could have been.
As they get set up for the line out here, winner of this game will play 4-seed Notre Dame tomorrow. Looking to be Lindenwood with 90 seconds left to play as they do a short side little pass, but Lopez does not like it.
Yeah, it didn't go straight. Cisco Lopez standing right there. A scrum coming for James Madison. This is multiple scrums on their own 5-meter line during this game. Hard place to play for, particularly against a defense as strong as Lindenwood's.
And Lindenwood, of course, strong performance here, but there are some tweaks that they're going to want to go in and take a look at tonight as they analyze. What do you think the message is from Macy to the boys tonight?
I think Macy is going to say we just have to continue to play our game and build as we go through this tournament. He's got a couple of players he's been holding out at the moment. He's got Tyran Al-Jabouri. He's got Nick Hardrick. He's got a couple of very good players in reserve.
We see Liebenberg shaking off defenders. Dots that down after another turnover. Liebenberg out of Pretoria, South Africa. He ran a 10.5 100-meter in high school is his fun fact of the day.
Freshman can also step here. You see him stepping a couple of runners there, finding his way towards the try line. JMU can't hold him out. The Dukes put up a valiant fight.
they look to convert here. The final horn goes, and Cisco Lopez blows the whistle as we put a cap on this game and a cap on day one. Lindenwood 31-5 over JMU. They will play Notre Dame tomorrow. A great day one, finished off some amazing matches, both men's and women's, and we're just getting started. We've got day two tomorrow, all day on the Rugby Network, CBS Sports Network. It's going to be a doozy, John.
It is going to be a great game. More men's games. We have the women's championships tomorrow evening on CBS Sports. A lot of rugby to be had. Don't leave us all weekend. It's going to be pretty exciting.
From the broadcast team here, I'm Bree Kim, John Broker. We will see you back on the Rugby Network to start 9:30 Eastern tomorrow morning. Take care, and we will see you back for some more rugby action.